was checking out the schedule. I didn't realize we get yesterday, of course. We get today. We got tomorrow. All next week, except for one day. It's Niner practice every day. We can check out, see what's going on. And as we know today, well, a little bit of a change today. Offense was out there doing great things yesterday. G's out there cutting up today. Boy, defense put that out. Man, you know what we need to do? Let's get ready to do this right now, though, because I'm telling you right now, there's some things that are got my mind just rolling. Oh, let me. The same guy's right. The headline for the day, the headline should I say, 49ers training camp day 2, defense dominates. Jalen Hurd doesn't get into one fight, he gets into two. The hell is wrong with him? And Coach Shanahan makes comparisons between George Kittle and Julio Jones. Whoa, what? Oh! Fam, the 49ers got a little overheated today, and it wasn't about the Santa Clara weather. But for the most part, they made the most of the day. Day 2 of training camp. Jimmy G wasn't quite as sharp on today as he was during yesterday's 6 of 8 performance. Opening day of training camp with the same full team sessions, but that's okay. G completed just 5 of 13 passes during 11-on-11 drills and was picked off. Was picked off once by, now get this, the highly criticized, and you know you're responsible. I've been telling you all the time, leave him alone. Keller Witherspoon, who was covering wide receiver Dante Pettis. We ain't talking about just anybody or a rookie or somebody. Spoon was on Pettis. Whew. Now, it could have been more of Jimmy's fault than it was Pettis. But you got to give, you know what? Dante, this is good news, fam. The good news is this, though. Jimmy J doesn't appear to be showing any signs of the ACL tear. He just threw a duck, I think. Moving well within the pocket. And not looking hindered by that knee brace on his left leg. Still, Sunday's practices were almost entirely about the D. Witherspoon's pick should help go a long way in ensuring that he bounces back from what was definitely a forgettable please don't ever write about it 2018 season. Also, Richard Sherman had a quality pass breakup against Jordan Matthews. Fred Warner got into the act. Fred who had missed some time off during spring workouts, and you know this, after a minor surgical procedure, he appeared to force a fumble off the hands of running back Tevin Coleman. This is according to San Jose Mercury News, Kim Einman. See, fam, one thing that there were those who didn't believe, they think it's, no, the secondary sucks. Told you, and it's going to get more prevalent. The secondary don't suck. Them dudes can play. But they can't play behind an offensive line or defensive line that allows the quarterback to roam around and the wide receivers to run all over the field and do whatever they please. It's asking too much. So now the defense is putting some pressure where it's supposed to be. Now you're about to see something. That secondary kicked some butt today, as did the linebackers. And also, the thing is about Fred Warner, though. This is great news about Warner. And the 49ers D, for that matter, which managed a pathetic 7 turnovers in 2018. Nobody even wants. We set these records that really don't need to be set by the 49ers. We used to let people just run 100 yards. Somebody can send their grandmama out there. She's running back 100 yards. Oh, yeah. So, none of that seems to be over. So now, the turnovers last year, Fred had, it was pathetic last year with the turnovers. You know that. Fred had nothing to do to be ashamed about last season, though. He led the team with 124 tackles last season, and Fred is best known for his pass defense coming out of BYU, which is why the 49ers picked him up in the first place. That Fred can come out there and do what he's doing now, I've seen him active against the run is a huge plus. So if he's going to go out there and start forcing turnovers and everything else, what have we got here? See, because we look at Fred Warner looks like a good ball player, an exceptional rookie, but you never know if what we saw last year was the floor of his abilities as he grows older and matures into the game. fam, it's too soon to jump up and down too high, of course. The armor has not been put in place on the body yet, so this is going to make a lot of difference. We'll have to wait until tomorrow to find out, though. Oh, Monday to put that armor on. Boom, bang, boom, bang, boom. Oh, man. Oh, and by the way, Nick Mullins strikes again. Trent Taylor had a long touchdown grab off the hands of Slick. Nick, a perfect strike. Taylor's looking like he's fully recovered from last year's back injury. So if you put him on your cut list, I would erase it if I was you. I really doubt seriously that Trent Taylor gets cut. Meanwhile, I know what you're saying. I am concerned about not hearing my boy's name called as well. I don't know where Kendrick is, but I think I don't need to hear any more about Jordan Matthews, and I need to hear some more about Kendrick. Okay, we'll see. Meanwhile, it seemed the 49ers pass rush was the biggest defensive standout. That was Saturday, right? Regularly generating pressure and would-be sacks. It was all over the place, right? Today, the second and third levels of the defense appeared to shine the most. Considering the Niners' defensive issues a year ago, this is a beautiful side, fam. Because you know what? They're going to work all this out eventually. Now, you got the front line menacing machine. Secondary falls into place because you're going to be able to work well with them. It's a dominoing effect pretty soon. Somebody said something. Did somebody say yesterday something about a top 5D? I sort of like, I'm getting ready to get on your ship. I'm telling you. Because I believe in this defense, and I know what they're capable of if they just do it. If they just do it. And my boy Bobby Salas go get all the credit. Trez! I'm going to get TNT, boy. I'm going to get you. And Jalen Hurd got a little PO'd during today's workout. The 49ers only into day 2 of training camp, and we have our first fight. It involves rookie receiver Jalen Hurd. Correction, we have our first and second fight. Both involve Mrs. Hurd's baby boy, Jalen. And we may have to give her a call and make sure that she raises her child right, because I don't know what's going on out here, but the reports are not good. But then again, they are reports. Because according to the beat writer Rob Louder, he says there was a second fight with Hurd where they went to the ground and had to get broken up. Because I know if I was there, I'd be like, I've always been amused by that kind of thing. I'd be over there laughing. Hey, Jada, hit that beat. I'd be. Details on who started what or how things escalated are still a bit unclear. One of the combatants was Antone Exum. The other was Dante Johnson. It's a bit unclear on which fight had which fighter involved, but Hurd was in both of them. Matt Barrows later said that some of the DBs were taking exception to Hurd's tough downfield blocking. Rob Louder later tweeted out that both fights were a result of Hurd's physical blocking. Now, fam, between you and me, if I'm the judge on this, the hell y'all getting mad about? This is football. If you can't handle this blocking, come tell me about it, or get up out the street. If you can't handle him, I got issue with you, Training camp fights are going to happen. Temperatures are high as is stress. There's 37 people who aren't going to have jobs in a month, and that would make anyone a little bit crazy, right? The funny thing is, though, they talked about this last year, the 49ers have been mainly described as a very unified unit and get along really well. They're always in support of each other, and everybody's buddy. I'm kind of liking that this, you know what? That's good to a degree, but when you get out in the field and start working out, I don't want all that buddy all the time. Hit that mother, mofo. Because that's the only way you're going to really grow. Okay, and you know this. Hurd is a rookie, and the fact that he's been involved in not one but 2 fights is a bit of a concern. Right now, it sounds like it's more the rookie showing the veteran a thing or two, but it was reported that it has something to do with Jalen's aggressive blocking that will go over better with the coaching staff if they were have to come to a decision when they had to discipline him, right? It's like I said, if I get everybody in the room, I got Antoine, I got Dante, I got Jalen. Man, what's up, guys? All right. Man, this dude got in here, man. Hey, we supposed to, ain't anybody wearing no pads, man. We supposed to be just going through drills. He coming down the field like it's like he playing against the Packers. And oh, Coach, well, you know what? I got to check him up. Listen, let me. You know what, you guys. Tomorrow we put on the pads. I don't hear nobody crying about they got blocked too hard. It's my fault. No, I'm just telling you. This is football. Either take the pain. If the kitchen is too hot, get your head. You know how you talk when you talk football. Get your butt up out the kitchen then if it gets too hot. Anyway, right now it's nothing to make judgment calls on, but John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan have stressed the need for high character players and protecting the team. So players turning the football field into a giant octagon probably only the second day is probably not something they want to do. But practice is what the coaches are going to you're doing this in practices now, but the coaches can appreciate. More needs to be known about how those battles got started because what the 49ers have to be concerned with is players with a hair trigger, though. If anybody gets mad real quick, it's a problem because you know what's going to happen. Ref is going to start throwing flags, ejecting players, 15 yards. We can lose a game like that. So Kyle Shanahan did address that, too, and he wants wants players to channel their energy in the right direction. Don't be out there getting mad and starting fights. Hey, one more thing, though. I tell you, man, George Kittle, of whom was preparing for the follow-up to his record-breaking 2018 campaign of his NFL record for single-season receiving yards by tight end, 1,377 yards, is still getting rave reviews. With Kittle, it's just, it's not just his skills as a downfield threat that make him dangerous to opposing Ds. George is actually a high-skilled tight end with a blue-collar mindset, which is something you don't see. I'm trying to think of somebody else. You don't see anybody like George Kittle mentally. Travis Kelce, he's okay, but he's not the kind of blocker George is. GK is proud of his blocking, very proud. Kittle said back in January, and quote, when I first got to Iowa, I was 6'2", like 200 pounds, so I was definitely not a stereotypical tight end. The first thing my strength coach said to me was, if you want to play tight end at Iowa, you have to learn how to run block. So that's something I took a lot of pride in, and I still do to this day. I personally think if you can move a guy from point A to point B against his will, that's a better feeling than scoring a touchdown, in my opinion. If you can put a guy on his back and he doesn't want to be on his back, it's a great feeling. There's not much that can beat that. Unquote. And that's just past Friday, though. GK again stated that his favorite plays are those in which he doesn't have the football in his hands. Now, Coach Kyle spoke with reporters about Kittle's team first mentality, which drew a comparison to another famous player coached by Coach Shanahan when he was the offensive coordinator in Atlanta. As he addressed GK's sentiment, stating, quote, I think it's great. I'm sure he's not telling the whole truth. Everybody would much rather have the ball. But George is a football player, and that's what you want. Football players don't care. I mean, they're competitive as can be, and if they believe in themselves, they want to help the team win. But if you're a football player, you can help the team win in any way possible, and that's what George does. It's exactly how wide receiver Julio Jones was. I mean, he's getting double-teamed. He's not yelling at us for not getting him the ball. He's telling other guys they've got to make plays to help get him open. And that's how good football players are. And that's how good teams are. And when you better players act like that, I think it teaches the younger guys how they should be, unquote. Now, how can Kittle further improve his game? Shanahan says he wants GK to beat his opponent, even if that opponent is perceived as a better player. He also wants to see more consistency in his route running, as he told George about that as they left camp last year. George, work on your route running. What? Yeah, it needs to be improved. And sometimes it's easy to forget that Kittle's just entered his third NFL season because of everything he has already accomplished. It takes guys years to get where George is in his third year. What the heck are we going to get from this? You know, I just hope he doesn't plateau, though. Because a lot of times you see guys, boom, they blow up, man. They come out of the gate, and all of a sudden they settle down. I don't want to see that. George is not the kind of guy, though. That's why he's taking yoga with his sister. You check out his sister? I didn't know George's sister was that kind of hot. That was kind of shocking when I first... George, that's your sister? She's teaching you yoga? Okay, good. No matter, Shannon is quoted saying, he can get better at a lot of things. He can get better at blocking. I'd like to say he could get better at the run after the catch, but I do think that's the thing he's doing the best because he did that better than anyone last year. But just the consistency of beating man-to-man coverage, catching the ball, and trying to be the best. The one player, oh, man, and the reviews go on. Let me give you one more review. One player who could benefit from Kittle demanding more attention from opposing defenses and did. And actually, Marquise Goodwin was very instrumental in Georgia's year, but Marquise Goodwin could also benefit from George this year. He also discussed Kittle's selfishness today. Goodwin said, you see his mindset. He's just an all-around great dude. He's so selfless. He doesn't worry about getting the ball. He's worried about getting open and being productive for the team. He had the right mindset, and I think that's why he was blessed with that opportunity. I can't say enough good things about him. I can't wait to see what he does this year as well as a team. See, this is the thing. That team concept rolls deep through this team. We ain't no me, get me. Oh, these guys, man. Well, I don't know Jalen Hurd, but Jalen's going to calm down. I think Jalen Hurd needs to assert himself, and I understand his pain. I'm coming down the field doing the best I can, and you gonna get mad? Don't get mad because I'm trying to take your job or try to get you thrown out of here. Fight back. That's the name of the game, bro. So, yeah. Hey, but fam, does Jalen Hurd need to be called in check? Whose fault was that? And is George Kittle going to be the next heir apparent of Gronk? And the defense, was it a fluke day or did they just need to put the pads on? Are you concerned with Jimmy G? Did he have a weak day? For what reason? I'm thinking maybe he was just having a bad day because the defense is better than we think. And we could also start to think it may be the defense is the strength of this team of all things. Can you imagine? Oh, God. With all that offensive firepower, the D means even better. My God, what have they done? What have they built? God, Silvio here. Hey, Silvio. Thank you. Bosa beat Solid today. I told you he's a beast. I was looking for reports on Bosa, and I ran out of time before I got in. Hey, nobody say anything about Bosa and Joe Staley again. Oh, I can't catch him. Jalen Hurd not playing, apparently. Don't mess with this man. He doesn't care if you're a senior or not. I like that attitude of him. Man, I'm here to play, man. I don't care how long you've been here. Adam Carrillo, he said, I hope Jalen does that to the Broncos. We got an enforcer, Jalen Hurd. Somebody mess with that 6'4", 100. Jalen weighs 200 something. Anthony Baker, what's up? Ronbo Sports, checking from Memphis, Tennessee. Anthony, Bay Area Sports. Daniel Garcia, potentially a good squad. I hope things can turn around. Not an Empire 8, potentially a good squad. I think all they need to do is go out there and execute. They got the team now. Jordan Kelly, I'm taking a break from working. I'm taking a break from working right now. Good thing, Ronbo's. Jordan, what's up? It's Sergio Moran, Niners. Renee Cruz and then the Niners. Get me started. I gotta save some of this for the regular season. You know what I'm saying? M2 faithful. He give protection, put that up on purpose. Niners! See how many times I can do that. I'm still not going to keep up with Rico, man. Rico's doing them 2-minute Niners. Niner Joe Empire. Pats, come on tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Yes. Silvio says, let's go Niners. KB and Trent Taylor are the best of the slot. Nick Bosa beating Solly today. I got to go find that article because I may have gotten my information too early. Because you know what? It's not a big deal that Nick Bosa beating Solly. I think overall, Nick Bosa is probably a better football player than Solomon Thomas anyway. So they were never really on the same plane or same level. Solomon Thomas is going to be a good football player, but not necessarily as good as Nicky B. So, I mean, you know, it's nothing unusual. Chad Garrison, hey, busy day in Santa Clara. I heard involved in 2 altercations. Offense, tough day. Jimmy G only 5 of 13 with a pick. Witherspoon had a nice one, but Coleman fumbled and Keys had a drop. I say those are the reasons. I miss these details. Some of these writers, but you might be getting these just now because I read too early. Trey from VA. Finally. And I do mean finally. OYG Sakota, what up? God, what a name. I like that. Young God, Uptown DC. Go Niners. Young God, what's up? San Francisco, a.k.a. San Francisco. Moral of the story, kids. This defense is becoming very opportunistic. Great observation. They trying to flip that turnover record from last season. And they ain't got to go farther to improve over last season. Probably can get that done in game 2. You know what I'm saying? Because, oh, man, I don't know. Before that, if they find one more thing to be the most embarrassing thing in, like, oh, yes. Hey, let me go to the phone and say hello to Big Leon. Leon!
What up, Ronbo?
Oh,
man,
Leon.
I'm excited.
You go ahead.
Go ahead, Ronbo.
No, I'm listening.
Man, I'm happy. I'm happy Jalen Hurd did what he did. If those cats can't take that day off, they need to get out the way.
Thank you. Ooh, man.
Plain
with a
and
rookie.
simple, man. Right, with a rookie that's a wide receiver. Come on, man. Come on. I'm happy we found that out now.
I know, right? So, well, you know what? Dante was not going to make this team anyway. I don't believe that for a minute. But Antoine Exum, I'm kind of surprised at him. As hard as he likes to hit, hey, Leon, they might be crying about there was no pads. And Jalen said, I don't need no pads. I will knock you out. And they said, hey, young blood, what you doing, man? And then that's how things get started.
Right, that's right. Man, shoot, I said, okay. I said, we got somebody we got a tough receiver. I said, okay, that's like good. That. Then when I saw, me too. Then I saw the clips of, man, the defensive line, Solomon Thomas against Bosa, D Ford. I said, I looked at Solomon Thomas's arms. I said, he's not playing this year. I don't care what nobody says. Solomon Thomas is going to be a problem. You can just tell just by the way he worked out that he's coming to play.
Mm-hmm.
Like
his mind is in the right place. He's gradually pulling away from his sister. I mean, he will always love and remember his sister, but he's got to realize he's got to go live his life. His sister doesn't want him to lay back in pain and suffering. Get your butt going, and I think that's what he's doing.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. The defense looks good. A couple passes, Sherman broke up a pass and a couple interceptions on the day. I mean, they were, offense did okay, but this defense, man. Well, I can't wait till tomorrow, Ronbo.
I tell you what, they're gonna put that. You're right. They put that armor on. Let's go. Because you're right. The offense will be fine. They got Kyle Shanahan running it. Right now, they're just going out there to see who can do what. It's not really. Well, they probably run plays when the reporters aren't watching, but still, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I don't know if you caught Kyle's after practice press conference, but I thought it was very interesting that he talked about the new strength and conditioning system. Kind of, he was saying, we might ramp it up at some point and then slow it down. He said, I don't have all the charts or the graphs. But, we're working with the strength and conditioning and sports science people to make sure that, our guys aren't getting hurt. And I said, wow, finally they have a group that actually has some sense. Mm-hmm. That isn't just like last year, just do whatever you want. And if they get hurt, they get hurt. So, man, I'm excited. I went to breakfast with some of my boys yesterday, and one of my boys is a Raiders fan, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And right, exactly. Me and my other boy, 49ers fans. And he was like, yeah, Bosa will be hurt by middle of the season. I'm just like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm like, nah.
They wanted to get him. And next time they start with that, talk about how they wish they could have got him. Instead, they ended up with, who was that from they didn't necessarily want him first. It was a strange move to begin with from Clemson. Anyway, you know what I mean.
I forget the man's name. Yeah, I know you're talking about. Yeah,
that's how we think. That's how we feel about it. We forgot his name already.
Right, just like the Raiders are going to be forgotten by week 4 or something. Like that.
Hey, you see what Joe Staley? Joe Staley. She didn't say. Joe Staley's daughter didn't say anything about the Raiders. She said something about, I think, the Broncos and the Hawks. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, man. I mean, we're looking good, Ronbo. I like the intensity of training camp so far. I like what I'm seeing, and I just can't wait till tomorrow once they put those pads on. And Jimmy G, with somebody with a knee brace on, he's moving real smooth right now. He doesn't look like that knee brace is bothering him at all.
Good, because, man, I didn't want that to happen. And, you know, that's the leg he plans on when he gets ready to fire, too. So that's real important.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, we'll see.
Yeah, Ronbo. But, you know, it's all good, man. We're gonna get ready for tomorrow, man. I just wanted to touch base with you, you know, let you know what my thoughts were of day 2.
Thanks, Leon. Delighted to hear from you.
Oh, yeah.
Because, you
no
know,
problem, man.
This is hilarious, man. And you got the same mindset as I do about, man, stop crying and fighting about Jalen Hurd. Man, y'all grown-ass men. He just came in here this year from school. Next time, you guys are supposed to control the situation. Leon, you got any older brothers and sisters?
Got an older sister, yeah, but I don't have any older brothers. No, I got a lot of, cousins and things like that.
I had like 3 younger brothers. I had an older sister, but I had 3 younger. And every time we was messing up, Mom's coming. The first thing she do is look at me. You're supposed to be the oldest one in here. You're supposed to know how to act. Mom, what am I supposed to? Shut up. Next time I put you in charge, be in charge. You know. So this is the way these things that are going on in that field. You know, you've been in the league for how long? Right. And you guys gonna fall for that? Come on, man. And if he blocked you too hard, you're gonna start crying and getting mad? No, you're not gonna be here if you're gonna do that. So yeah.
Oh no, not at all. But I know we got a bunch of callers on a Sunday, Ronbo.
Yeah,
but,
Leon.
But like I always ended off, Ronbo. Niners since a minor was a nation to an empire, and I will touch back with you tomorrow.
I love it. Have a great night, Leon. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, too.
You too, Ronbo. All right, bro.
Yeah. And Silvio says, I think Solly will be the new Reggie White. Ooh. Whoa. Can you imagine? He is strong. Reggie White was like superhero strong. We'll see. All right. Tongan man, there you are. We didn't see you yesterday, fam. What's up, Ronbo? Hey! Niner Inc. We ain't seen you in a while either. This is Sunday. Everybody's hanging out, all right? And then Cynthia says, I heard Solly has been practicing with 3s, but does the fact that they have Solly with the 2s tell you what the Niners think about him? Yeah, they're just trying to see where Solomon is. They know he's a 1 if he wants to be. And they're probably just, giving him every chance to work your way back up to speed, They'll get him in. He'll be in the rotation. We don't have a lot of guys that aren't going to be in the rotation, actually. San Francisco says, my way too early bold prediction is that our sack leader will come from a linebacker and not from a defensive lineman. Hashtag LM49AO. Somebody else already said that, too. And Renee Cruz, I'm PO'd because they said in a sports documentary about sports mascots, they said our mascot sucks and looks creepy, and that's real messed up. How they gonna say that about, man? Sam doesn't look creepy. Okay. Hey, Phil. Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you, Phil. Good connection tonight. And Phil, lots of stuff. The defense came and dominated today.
I've got a quick comment for you first.
Okay.
If I recall, there was a guy named J-Dub who jumped on a ball without pads, who broke his collarbone, and somebody called Ronbo was criticizing the fact that he jumped down on a damn football without pads. So
and remember the whole story. I agreed how stupid that was. I did.
Yeah, right. So I'm calling you on that. Okay?
I agree. I have already said I don't know what he was
without
thinking.
Pads, I can understand why players get a little upset. This is their livelihood.
Oh, okay. You say that to say that. Okay. Good point.
So, that's kind of where I'm coming from.
But Phil, instead of getting into a fight with him.
But I don't mind Jalen Hurd being physical. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. If I'm Anton Exum, especially Dante Pettit or Dante Johnson, who's been around longer, I say, hey, I know what you're trying to do, but we ain't wearing no pads, man. They'll be coming down here because, like, all of us want to make it to the end of to the session, see if we can get a job, right? Now, you come downfield like that again, I will meet you with the same energy. You know what I'm saying? You fire me up, I'll fire you up. At least get an agreement going up or something. Don't just start fighting.
That leads to injuries, though.
It does. That's what I'm saying. Tell Jalen, man, why don't you wait till tomorrow, man, coming downfield like you lost your mind.
I think they did, but he kept it up, so that's when they went to a fight.
That could be true.
He's a rookie.
That could be true.
He's a rookie.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm pissed about is the Niners getting snubbed in the top 100 players. They're down to 30. No DeForest Buckner. No George Kittle.
I thought George already made it.
No Joe Staley. Huh?
I thought George was already in. Even your dog doesn't appreciate the ranking.
No. Who did you say made it?
I thought George Kittle already made it.
No, not yet.
They got 30 more numbers.
Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz made it.
Kelsey.
Who else?
I'm sure Kelsey.
Kelsey hasn't made it yet. But
Kelsey's not made. Wait a minute. Top 30. We're moving toward the top of the list, right?
Right.
Oh, you may see George. I don't know if you're going to see DeForest Buckner. They may snub him again. You're going to see George Kittle in the top 20.
With 12 and a half sacks? Hello?
You know what? I'd have put him in. Well, I don't know if I'd put him in. Maybe they could put him in later. Let's see what happens.
Well,
George Kittle gets in.
That the only one we've got so far is D. Ford.
And he wasn't with us.
No.
What number is D. Ford?
67.
67. Santa.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that's the case, you're right. They're not going to put DeForest Buckner in. Okay. They did that to him last year as well. So, and everybody wondered. But his numbers weren't that big last year. I don't know what's going on. I really don't, Phil. It's strange. It's a player thing,
Whose numbers weren't that big? DeForest?
DeForest Buckner. Last year. I'm not talking this season. I'm talking about last year, 2017 season. He had, 5, 6, 7
This is
sacks?
about this last year. He had 12 and a half sacks.
That's
the second amongst tackles.
I don't understand. I really don't.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't either. And Joe Staley was rated by PFF as the best blocking tackle in all of football and one of the better passing tackles.
This is a player voter thing. This is by the peers. So his players may not think that much. I can't imagine him not thinking that much of George Kittle. And I'm sure as heck can't think that much of Kelsey and
Well, here's the other
Kittle.
thing. They rated Goff as 32. Now, that really got me irritated.
That is so strange. Okay, let's
After
see what happens.
that Super Bowl performance, they're going to rate him 32?
I guess Tom's going to be number one. I mean, really.
Yeah.
God, that's strange.
Oh, geez. Well, anyway. Yeah,
what do you have to say about day two? We're almost out of time, though. Give me a rundown of day two.
I just don't like to comment on non-pads. We'll see tomorrow.
Yeah.
when the big boys start going boom, that's when you start seeing who's going to be the if Bosa beats Joe with pads.
Yeah, because I guarantee the coaches had to talk to all those guys about that. And tomorrow when they put on the pads and Jalen comes charging downfield, there's going to be some more stuff. That's not over yet. Because now they lost face crying about him being too rough. I can't wait till tomorrow.
The only time the coaches are going to start complaining about too rough if you get close to Jimmy.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Then you're cut.
Yeah. And whipped on your way out the door, probably. So, yeah.
All right, man. So I think that's all I got for today.
Yeah, all right, good stuff, Phil. And
I've had to watch the NFL Network.
And good observation.
All day long.
Ah, all right.
I had to watch the NFL Network all day because my internet's down. And
they talked about all East Coast teams.
And most of the Cowboys, but then when they get to the Niners, it's like negative, 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 negative. Other than Daniel Jeremiah, who says he's bullish on the Niners.
I know.
That was the only positive comment.
We got a couple of guys. It's Daniel Jeremiah and one other. Yeah, right. And GMFB, that's in a part of the NFL Network. We've also, remember, we got Peter Schrager, and that'll pretty much wrap it up for us as far as the NFL Network. So, all right.
I mean, it's depressing.
Yeah, no. Well,
but anyway, let's talk some trash when the season's over.
Yes.
I'm looking forward.
All right, Phil.
All right,
Looking forward to
Ronbo.
hearing from you tomorrow.
Take
Have a
care,
good night.
man.
Yeah.
All right, later.
And there's .5, my player partner, Will.
Ronbo, what's up, man?
Will, man, I'm laughing at defensive domination today. And I don't know, we're not every defense ain't gonna dominate every day, the offense ain't gonna dominate every day. So you gotta get these days. I would like to see the consistency out of Jimmy G, though. If he did well yesterday, don't do but bad today. And also, Will, the fighting about the reasoning is comical. He's blocking, coming downfield like he lost his damn mind. See, this to me is like kind of funny because it is football and he's working hard and you're going to get good mad and fire him up. And had to break up the fight between him and Exum. I heard he hit Dante to the midsection a couple of times and Dante folded, and that was into that fight. And George Kittle being compared to Julio. I'm loving it. Will, jump on there, man. What you got today?
Man, you want to know something about the fight? I got the inside scoop of the fight.
Oh, please give me more details because they didn't give you all the details.
All you got to do is just turn in the Ed Crocker's Periscope on Twitter. He'll tell you exactly what happened.
I saw. Oh. He's got the Periscope?
Yeah.
Oh.
I saw the whole. This is what happened. Jalen Hurd did Dante Johnson so bad on the block, Dante Johnson couldn't disengage. He got frustrated. Punches was blown. Jalen Hurd socked Dante Johnson so bad his mouthpiece flew off to the other side of the practice field.
He hit him that hard. It was like watching a MMA match. That's hilarious.
And then with Exum, Jalen Hurd went downfield. Jalen Hurd pancaked Exum.
Ooh.
Then they got the.
Ooh.
Hey, this didn't come out of my mouth. This came out of Eric Crocker's mouth. He was down on the field. He saw it. That's what happened, man.
Jalen is working hard. And you know what? Will, what are your feeling on this? Who's in the wrong here? If you were sitting there, you had to make the judgment.
Jalen did the right thing. See, this what happens with rookies. Rookies go. It's just like high school and college. When you come into these programs, the veterans tell you to take it easy, but it's a trick. They try to trick you. They try to trick your mind. They want you to not go as hard, because they telling you, oh no, you ain't gonna, just take it easy. You'll be all right. But they're doing that so you can fail. Jalen Hurd did the right thing. When them folks tell you that, don't do that. You go hard. You go hard because you a rookie. You trying to make the team. That's the common sense. You got to go hard regardless of what anybody tell you. So that's been going on for years, man. High school, college, pros, veterans always try to get you to calm down. But
when's the last time we saw? When's the last time we saw fights just bust out? Day 2. I'm trying. I don't ever remember this happening before. I mean, it's been a long time. I remember what's our wide receiver that just left us a few years ago? Oh, he used to be the ones always getting into fights, and also you had a little bit from other cornerback that just went to the Jets, but they had them kind of personalities, though,
Right. So that's what happened, man. Dante Johnson, he ain't gonna make the team no way.
Anyway.
That right there just shows him that he's a sorry cornerback. You sorry. You have no reason. You have no reason to be in NFL. Your talent is a waste. You're a waste of talent. You went to Seattle. Seattle didn't want you. I don't know why they brought you back to us, but you're a waste of talent. You don't deserve to be in the NFL. And Exum knows better. As a hard hitting safety he is, he got pancaked by Jalen Hurd. Shout out to Jalen Hurd, man. Who's the guy? who's the guy that was ramping up Jalen Hurd in the chat? Derek, man, shout out to Derek, man. He was praising Jalen Hurd. So Jalen Hurd, man, he did the right thing. He gonna ball out. Another thing Crocker said was Debo did good today. Trent Taylor balled out. The thing about Debo is Crocker said Debo has a hard time getting off press coverage. He said he needs to work on that. He said that Weatherspoon did good today. A lot of breakups from the secondary. Defense won today's training camp again. But he said that it's normal for the defense to be up on the offense. He says it's always like that. Training camp. Yeah, offense always need more time to get things going. So the defense always on top of the offense. Tim Harris. Eric Crocker said Tim Harris can't guard nobody. The rookie from Virginia. He said Marquise did Tim Harris so bad that Tim Harris had Alzheimer's. He didn't know where the guy was. He didn't know where he was. He just was so bad.
But you know what, Will? I feel sorry for anybody that's got to try to deal with Marquise this time of year. Marquise is fresh. His legs feeling good. He's all pumped up. And he just got through running faster than everybody in the NFL. If I'm Tim Harris, I'm already a little psyched out before I see him break out off the line. So, it's kind of rough on him. I hope they let him guard somebody else. Don't make a complete judgment of him trying to deal with Marquise.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And one more guy he mentioned was DJ Reed. DJ Reed said he played solid today. He said DJ Reed locked down Jordan Matthews all day today. Locked Jordan Matthews down. DJ Reed in the spot.
That's what he likes to
play. He played outside. He played outside inside today. So he shut Matthews down. Jordan Matthews.
Because he doesn't like to play safety.
Right. So he said DJ Reed locked him down. Weatherspoon, man, I gotta give it to Weatherspoon. You showed me something today, but that's just today. I want to see what you're gonna do in the past tomorrow. So
I tell you,
I gotta give credit when credit is due. So
there you go.
There you go. But I still think Rick gonna get your spot though. So.
You know what? I do too. But I like knowing that if we have a situation where we got to have full coverage, I want you to be able to put Akello out there and not worry about it. So, yeah, because that's going to come up. Teams they can't run conventional football against us. So,
Yeah, man.
Anything can happen.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
right.
Drake. One more thing before I get off. What's the guy named Quan Alexander? That Quan Alexander did good today. He ran up on a busted play today out in the backfield, so he did good. So, I mean, overall, man, it's a different type of vibe going on this year for the 49ers. I like it, man, especially on the defense side of the ball. Offense going to get it together. It's going to take time. But yeah, man, I'm going to get off of here, man. I know you got other people calling, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo, man. Shout out to my TNT family player partner, Trey, Trez, Big Show, Jared Fresh, Rev, Daniel. Shout out to the new members of the TNT, Russo and Shay, you know what I'm saying? Congratulations, man. Just keep bringing that fire, man, So, fuck the Rams. Fuck Rudy. Still out the Super Bowl. They only scored 1, 2, 3, 3 points, and they broke.
Well, you get real creative with that. I love it. Well, hey, I'll see you tomorrow, fam. And the rest of the week, I think, pretty much, every day they got to work out. So, all right, Will. Have a good night, fam.
All right, you too, man.
Oh, God. And just sir. I like the just sir. Just sir. Thanks, fam. Appreciate it. It's already Silvio. And Jack Garrison says, Joe Staley said Bosa's looking nice. He said Bosa's hips make him dangerous. I'm juiced. Chad. Telling you, man, there's no need to be surprised. With anything you see Bosa doing, it was expected. Jerry Fresh. This is Jalen Hurd acting like some of us in the chat fighting his fellow 49ers, LMAO. They got to ease up on the rookie, man. He misunderstand what's going on. Each of the third said, "What's good, Niner fam?" And Douglas Williams, "What's up?" Van Life 123's, "What's good?" And Ronbo and Niner Empire. And Jerry Fresh, fam, when you get a chance, click his name. He takes you right to his channel, and you get some fresh perspective. You know exactly what I mean after you get there. I'll be bringing my other prayer partner. I'm 0.5. Dre!
Man, these dudes are still trying to make a fuss about a motherfucker who got cut by the Bills. Good Lord have mercy. How you doing, Ronbo? How are you doing today?
Oh, I'm
How
good.
are you doing, bro?
Awesome, fam.
Oh,
I've been
man, I done had
amused
to
every time
block
I
like
read about what happened
13
in camp.
people today, man. Good Lord. We got somebody in there named Dre Bourne, who's actually Chris Scholes, who I blocked, and he made a fake page. Man, what is wrong with people,
What,
bruh?
are you serious? Chris Scholes has
This
changed his name?
This dude wouldn't made a fake page and put Kendrick's picture on there and then said his name is Dre Bourne.
Oh,
Come on, man. These bro, this a goddamn. Man, this a damn shame, bro. Y'all ain't gonna do nothing to change my mind about Jordan Matthews, bro. Crocker played in the NFL. He was there today and said Jordan Matthews' foot, he said his footwork and his foot speed is not what it used to be a few years ago. So I just, bro, you're not going to change my mind on Jordan Matthews, bro. When you're getting cut by the Bills, I don't want to hear nothing about, who goes to the Bills and does anything good. Well, I do believe there's a wide receiver, but by the name of Sammy Watkins, who went there and got a big ass contract from the Kansas City Chiefs. Boy, balling. I do believe Kelvin Benjamin went there, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear all of these excuses, bruh. Like, the only people that was there was Kelvin Benjamin and Watkins. And then when he went back to the Eagles, you only had two receivers, you know what I'm saying? It's like a Guya or some old shit. And then, you know what I'm saying? You had the other dude that they got in the trade a few years ago, you know what I mean? So, I mean, you're just not going to change my mind on Jordan Matthews, bro. You know what I mean?
The thing is, Dre, Jordan Matthews should not be the reason why the 49ers let Kendrick go. That's why I ain't trying to hear that about Jordan Matthews.
And it's not even necessarily about him and Kendrick, because people already know, like, it's personal with me and Kendrick. So real talk, I shouldn't even be talking about Kendrick because I'm always going to have a bias, right? So I'm not even going to talk about Kendrick no more because it's on a different level. This is not just like, you know, somebody I've watched. It's somebody that I've met. You know what I mean? So like, it's I shouldn't even have be trying to, you know, fight that.
You need to recuse yourself, right?
Yeah, bro, I'm recusing myself from that because it's not even a fair argument because I'm always going to have a bias towards that. But I'm just saying, as far as looking at Jordan Matthews' numbers, where he's been in the last 2 years, and then guys was like, well, you know, look at his quarterback. He had basically two Pro Bowlers in a Super Bowl winning MVP in the Eagles last year. The man scored one damn touchdown and had 200 yards. I mean, there's no reason why he shouldn't have been on the field. Can you name who the starting slot is for the Eagles? Do you know his name? I don't know his name.
You got me there. Of course, I haven't paid that much attention to the Eagles. I have no idea.
Yeah, so as to why Jordan wasn't on the field, because he wasn't good enough. There's nothing anybody can say that's going to make me change my mind on Jordan Matthews, bro. Anyways, let's get down to business, man. Get down to business, man. Jalen Hurd punching the dude, you know what I liked about it? The main thing I liked about the article and what Crocker said?
Yeah.
His IQ was there because he wasn't stupid like Akeem Talib and these guys, you know what I'm saying, trying to punch helmets. He said, no, I'm going to punch you in your damn gut. Punch him in his gut, mouthpiece flew 15 yards. That tells me that this man thinks. You know, it's a lot of people like when I react and get on some dumb shit, I don't really think. I just do some dumb shit, right? And that's not smart, you know what I'm saying? That's actually bad. Yeah. But to hear that this man, as young as he is, and he actually thinks when he gets to the highest of festivity, and you know what I'm saying? That is a good thing to know that, man, this is not just a guy who reacts off of what he feels and what he's thinking at that moment. He's going to say, hey, man, look, these is $1 million hands one day, man. I got to save these hands, but I am going to get to them guts, though.
Hit a soft area.
Straight.
So smart.
Dog.
You're right. Think before you – if you can get angry and still think, you're doing good. True.
Yeah. I'm tired of people saying, oh, he's a nice guy. No, fuck all of the nice guy shit. We need some dogs, bro.
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear Jalen Hurd got into some veterans' ass, man. Dante Johnson, get your ass over here, boy. Man, why did we re-sign this guy? I'm happy Hurd just put him out of his misery.
Filling up the roster, Dre. I keep telling people
I'm happy.
He's only going to fill up the roster.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Man, get your ass over here, Dante. You need to just sit it down, man. You, of all people, you've been in the league for at least 5 years, bro. There's no way that a 5-year veteran should be mad. I can understand Antoine Exum. These is two young guys, you know what I'm saying, on the field competing, you know what I'm saying? And just because you was on the squad last year doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be on the squad this year. So I can understand the two young guys getting into a little scuffle. But, man, you as a 5-year veteran, there's no way in hell you should be mad at a motherfucking rookie because he just put you on your ass. There's no way. That just lets me know, bro. We don't need you here, bro. And Kyle Shanahan said it. That's why we drafted him. This dude has a mean streak to him that we needed in our receiving core.
He does want him to dial it back a little bit. I mean, don't lose your cool completely because when we get in games, I don't want that flag because you fired somebody.
But Jalen didn't throw the first punches both times. That's what we can say. Crocker said that. He didn't initiate these fights. These were both initiated by Dante Johnson and Antoine Exum. They was mad because Dante was in their ass like a piece of toilet paper that got stuck when they was on the toilet. You know what I'm saying? He was in their ass. So
I love the analogy. You know, the thing is, because you got dudes around the league, if they find out he's got a hair trigger, though, they'll wait till he comes down the field and start messing with him. Coach will talk to him about that stuff anyway. So,
I'm just happy to see that we got a dog, man. I'm just happy to see that.
I ain't got no problem with it myself. As I told you, if I was the coach, I'd say, look, y'all been around the league a long time. This rookie came out here and made you that mad. Coach, just one minute. Wait. Shut up. Listen, guys. Tomorrow we put on the pads. If I hear any whining about somebody hurt me, somebody go lose a job. Okay? So anyway, Dre, we got to pull up.
Man, we got to get out of here, man. I'm just happy to hear that our defense is dominating. I would rather hear about our defense dominating than our offense dominating any time because, you know, defense does win championships. You know what I'm saying? Our offense will get it together. But to know that our defense is dominating, man, that's what I'm most pleased to hear, man. We up in guys' faces, getting into the backfield, making it hard to get balls off, knocking balls out. You know what I'm saying? Attilo Weatherspoon, you still on the shit list. Happy you had a good day. The pad's going tomorrow.
All right.
Don't be falling on routes, bro. Man, shout out to the TNT fan, man. Big show. You know what I'm saying? Trey Tress, my player partner Will, Bob Money, Jay Fresh, the newest and improved member, and Russo, my guy Shay Lewis, man. These guys bring some good perspectives to the chat, you know what I'm saying? And it's good to hear. I mean, you know, Russo even helped me out one time, you know what I'm saying? Shay Lewis, you know, that man, it's good to hear when guys know what they're talking about, and when somebody says something, they can come and correct them and do it in a respectful manner, you know what I'm saying? Because I can be disrespectful sometimes. So, man, it's good to hear, man. Hey, yeah, man. I'm up out of here, man. Hey, Dre Bourne, you should be ashamed of yourself.
I'll see you tomorrow, Dre. All right, fam. Y'all better get up off Dre, man. I'm telling you, you know he'll get you. Hey, T Breezy. Thanks for the contribution, fam. T says one of the most important things we now have high-character guys who have no off-field issues that may cause a disruption on the team, and now we can 100% solely focus on football and winning. T sign TNT. It's so true. And from a full explanation of what happened on, it's not like Jalen Hurd's a troublemaker or anything like that. He's just out there playing ball. And some old folks out there that have been out there long enough, and Exum's been in the league at least 3 years himself, need to temper their own behavior. Hey, Matt! Yo, hello. Matt. Matt, you there, Matt? Hello, Matt. All right. All please rise as the Rev has entered the house of red and gold. Rev, come on in here.
Ronbo.
Fam, what's up? I know you got some stuff today. You know, everybody's working on the Jalen Hurd situation. And also, the defense is looking like we ain't playing, y'all. We come to play.
Woo.
And remember George Kittle, I see Barack O'Niner says, no lie, someone has leaked it out. George Kittle may be in the top 10 before they get through with the final countdown of the 100. Barack O'Niner, thanks, fam. It's all yours, Rev.
Family. Let me start this off, shout out to my family worldwide, red and gold, rep that beautiful color, 24/7, 365. Shout out to the man, Ronbo.
Thanks, man.
Well, now that I got that out the way, let's jump into it. Let's jump into it. I'm going to start this off with we know what it takes. Defense wins championships. Defense wins championships. So, with that being said, let us jump into the Book of Champions. We're gonna jump into the this is the book of the unknown. This is the book of the unknown, meaning it doesn't matter who you are, what you say, but it has something to do with this season, and that's what I try to go for. Try to find so that it can be motivation. You know what I mean? Motivation. So, come Monday morning, 9 a.m. when y'all get up, get ready to go to work, and you hear the Rev speak about motivation of our football team. This is what applies today. I found a quote that was really good. It says, "Work harder than you think you did yesterday." Let that one marinate. Let that one marinate.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
The next one I have, family, is there are no shortcuts, only hard work. Train hard and be patient, and it will pay off. I'm going to take these two quotes going into today's OTA and seeing how, and shout out to my man, my Deacon Dre, I'm saying, always giving the word. Shout out to my man, Will. I'm saying, hey, Will, start putting Red 49 hits in your shout outs when you get off the phone, bruh. But I still love you. Fuck the Rams. But this defense, and I've been saying it, anybody who's been paying attention, listening, I've been saying it for a long time. This defense is hungry. There's blood in the water. Blood in the water. I like to hear that, Jimmy G didn't have a good day. I like that because that tells me that the defense was getting in your ass. And me being a defensive guy, when I played football, I was a cornerback. Mm-hmm. So I love to piss the offense off. And that's what this defense is doing. Robert Saleh is getting into these boards. They are starting to see a focus that, hey, we know what it takes. We know what it takes. And family, listen when I tell you this. Come week 1, we're about to show you why pain and punishment is gonna come at you. It's gonna come at you. I like to hear that there's some dogs fighting. I like to hear that because that tells me the level of intensity that is going into these guys' mind when it comes to practice. That's what we want to hear because the same thing that applies in practice, that same energy, these boys are going to bring it every single game, win, lose, or draw. Defense wins championships. And I'm going to say it right now. We got a high caliber defense ready for this season. I pray and I hope that anybody that tries to doubt us, which we know we got doubters all across the board, everybody hating on us. But it's like I said previous, they just adding logs to this fire, family. They adding logs. They're adding logs because we about to show you we not playing. We are not playing as 49ers, as faithful. We are not playing. And just to have them angry dogs in the fight right now, woo! Oh, we coming for you. Ronbo, we coming for them. And I love that. I love that. I got goose pimples thinking about it right now.
Yes.
I love that.
Glory be.
I love that because it shows intensity. Robert Saleh said it himself. He wants intensity. Well, damn it, you getting your wish right now. Because these boys are putting in work. They're putting in work. All we got to do is wait for week 1. That's all we waiting on because we are ready to shut up a lot of damn people. Because I can tell you right now, when you oppose us, okay, yeah, we're going to look at you, but you best believe pain and punishment is coming your way. And everybody who knows, hashtag pick your poison. Because I can tell you right now, defensive side of this ball, these boys are hungry. These boys are ready. Just imagine the rotation on the defensive line that Robert Saleh can do. Just sit back and imagine the speed, the power, and the force that Robert Saleh can switch on that defensive line. It's going to be headache. Jerry Rice, the GOAT himself, we all know, had an amazing work ethic. That's all that man ever preached about was work ethic. And all that he preached, he backed up every last single thing that he preached. And this team right now, they're applying the same kind of mentality. Ronbo, just can I get an amen?
Amen. And wait, and a boom shakalaka,
in a boom shakalaka. Family, we are ready. We are hungry. We are focused. We are poised. It's okay. It's OTAs right now. We're trying to get everything going. We're trying to mesh together even stronger. This team is ready. They are hungry. Rep your red and gold 24/7, 365. That's how we do it. Because the same energy we feel as faithful that these players feel, it's going to take us to the next level. Whew, boy, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. Week 1, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, your ass is grass, and we are the lawnmower. I ain't going to hold you up, Ronbo. Love you. Thank you for the platform.
Good
All
stuff.
y'all know how I do it. In order to be the man, you got to beat the man.
Yes.
Woo!
Rev!
Red
Always
49
good stuff.
hits out. Yo, family, let's keep it going. You know what I'm saying? This is how we do it. We're faithful. Hashtag pain and punishment. Pain and punishment is what this defense is bringing today. Pain and punishment.
All
Ronbo,
right.
I'll holler.
Be looking for it tomorrow night, Rev, for the follow-up.
Oh, it's
All
Monday.
right.
It's Monday Night Raw. Nature Boy be in the building. I'll holler at him.
Looking for you, too. Have a good night, Rev. Appreciate you.
Peace.
See, Rev's called Pain and Poison, and also Pain and Poison, and what's it? There's 4 P's, actually. Two. Hey, Lewis!
What's up, Ronbo?
Pain and Poison, pick your poison.
Ronbo, I just wanted to say it's a happy day. Yesterday, I got my application accepted in the TNT. So now you're looking at a new member, Ronbo.
You fill out an application? I'm loving it.
Well, no, I mean, I got an interview, and I they like what they heard, and they like my calls, and they like my opinions and some of the stats that I give out for the Niners. So,
yes.
Hey, man, join forces, and so shout out to the whole TNT connection and stuff like that. But Ronbo, I'm excited. Day 2 again goes to the defense. Can't blame them. For looking
they came
good,
back overnight after getting whooped.
Overnight.
Actually, they didn't get really dominated yesterday, but they dominated today.
Right.
So the offense is still probably catching up, actually.
Well, that's a fact, though, Ronbo, because Jimmy's been out for obviously a year, so he still has to, get into, his guys, what is it? I forgot what they call them.
They got to get into rhythm.
Skill position players. He has to get into his skill position players' tendencies. So he's gonna have to find what Kittle likes to do, what quick routes he likes to do. He gotta get connections with Debo. That's a fresh wide receiver. Doesn't even know Pettis because he only threw 1 touchdown to him.
That's right.
Still has to find his tendencies. Yeah, Ronbo. The only person that's been there, I think, is Kendrick. But Kendrick, when he was a rookie, didn't even get that much PT anyways either. So all these things. It's like the offense is pretty much brand new. The defense added some pieces, but it's been like the main core guys. You know what I'm saying? Sherman's been back there holding down the backfield. You know what I mean? The defense, the DBs were drafted all around the same time, so they're acclimated with each other as well as that D line. Come on, man. You don't really need. You don't really need. You know what I'm saying? Come on.
And all they did with that D line is plug in some pieces that were needed. So big difference.
Yeah, but Ronbo, come on. Defoe, looking at Defoe like, bro, you handle your tackle, bro. I'm going to go ahead and blast his garbage. You know what I'm saying? Tap him, Armstead, you know what I'm saying? Grab, demand that double team over there. Let Bosa come off the edge. You know what I mean? Come on. They don't need come on, Ronbo. I mean, when you have that much talent on the D-line, Ronbo,
they don't do whatever they want to do.
They got chemistry. Right. But you know what I'm saying, Ronbo? Like, it's, hey, you four, go sack the quarterback. Let's let's get this drive over with. But
and Lewis, you know something interesting too. Solomon Thomas is not going to be left out of this mix. Everybody's talking about D Ford. Everybody's talking about D Ford Spector. So he's hanging in there tough.
I forgot the saying, in the Bible with the gluttony. You know what I'm saying? Like, heavy, very jealous, like very greedy. Yeah. Ronbo, there's just so much talent on the D-line. You're going to have to rotate Solly. You're going to have to rotate Kentavious Street if he's coming back. You're going to have to rotate Ronald Blair. So there's just so many people you're going to have to rotate. Yeah, we're going to have fresh guys out there. Obviously, the main guys are going to be Bosa. I don't know who's going to line up against Bucker, but I'm guessing Armstead for right now, and then obviously D4 on the other side. So there's just a lot of pieces. So I think the Niners will, I do feel Solly will get his time in
no doubt.
But with everybody, but like, if Blair's giving you 5.5 sacks on the same amount of time Solomon is, like, wouldn't you give him Solomon snaps too now? Like, doesn't that just make sense?
I still know how they're going to work that rotation. I really have no idea. That's just really a lot of talent. I don't want them all sitting down too. I'd be toying with it. You got 2 steps.
So Ronbo, if you were the D-line coach though, Ronbo, like, what would you do? Like, if you looked at the chart and you're like, well, shit, the efficiency from Ronald Blair, he's averaging unlimited PT or the same amount of PT. He has like 3 to 4 more sacks than Solomon. Then, like, doesn't that just give you the edge to, like, okay, well, we'll start giving him his snaps now. You know what I mean?
You got to put him in.
Like that.
You got to do it.
Right.
I don't know how you're going to do, but Ronnie Blair's got to have some snaps. That's the bottom line.
So, but I'm excited, Ronbo. And the same thing with if somebody got a problem with Jalen Hurd being too physical, then you hit that man in his mouth. Because until then, that boy is bringing the energy that we need. I understand he's a rookie, so obviously he's going to show off a little bit, do a little more on without pads.
I think that's what they're crying about. I guess. Otherwise,
he's there to state his dominance, man. Yeah. Like, come on, Ronbo. Like, if you. Yeah, people, might have caught Exum and Dante Johnson off guard a little bit. Like, damn,
they ain't supposed to be off guard. Yeah.
But come on, Ronbo, exactly. And I feel like that rookie's coming in and he's giving that defense, the taste. Like, bro, y'all okay with losing? Well, let me go ahead and hit y'all in the mouth since you're okay, because I'm gonna go ahead and beat y'all down so you think it's acceptable to just go out there every week and lose on Sundays. You know what I mean? So,
Lewis, I got a theory. I got a quick theory to share with you on that, though. I got a feeling the coaches were being PC during the press conference and said what they were supposed to. Like Shanahan says, there's one guy that's out there getting flags, everything. But when they get together in the room, you check out Jalen. Man, that's our dude, man. I know they did. They love it. But they got to act like this is not sportsmanlike, guys. Right. Don't be doing this.
Ronbo, come on. Yeah. No, Ronbo, that's most definitely. But, when out there, Kyle Shanahan's like, hell yeah, dude. I need that dog. Like, Shanahan, he doesn't like, OBJ, AB. And that's why I don't think they really went after them, when we had a chance to. Because, the prima donna aspect, they have a lot of talent. But I think Shanahan looks for those dogs. Like, he's like, dude, I need somebody, a rough rider. I need somebody that's going to rough stuff up, make the game ugly for me. And Jalen Hurd is answering the call right now. I understand, I just want Jalen. Exactly. I just want Jalen to have that same energy for the other teams because, this is your home. This is, your only, this is your home right here, buddy. This is your, teammates and stuff like that. But
not to worry, Lewis.
Keep that energy, though, Ronbo.
And you bring some more of that tomorrow, too, Jalen, because, it's going to be in pads tomorrow, man. The shit just gets real tomorrow. Whoa.
Exactly. Yes. But real quick, Ronbo, hey, Kendrick Bourne's going to make it. He's going to make the cut. I know he's better than Trent Taylor. I'm just sorry, that's facts. Stats are already given. Kendrick led all our receivers last year, 500. So, hey, just off that. But, hey, shout out to my TNT fam. Trey, Dre, Will, Russo, all the other guys, Big Show, all the other TNT Connections names, Rev, I think, and, everybody out there, TNT, represent, man. Proud of y'all. Let's go. All right, Ronbo, have a good one.
All right, Lewis. Have a great night, fam. And let's circle back and see if we can find Matt. Hey, Matt, are you there, Matt? Matt. All right, let's go. Let's go out to the East Coast and get brother James. James.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo? How you doing, man?
Oh, doing fabulous, James. I'm enjoying it. There's no pads on yet, so we can't go buck wild just yet. But if this trend of the defense hold an offense like ours down. And make no mistake, every defense in the NFL cannot do what our defense is doing to our offense. That's why anybody that's worried about that don't. And also, is Jalen Hurd out of line, or is Jalen Hurd what we need more of?
Well, first and foremost, let me say good evening to you. Once again, thank you for having me, and thanks for the platform you provide for the Niner Empire and the fan base. And when it comes to the Hurd situation, it's good to see that he's got that ferocity, that fire, about him. And at the same time, it can work for him and it can also work against him in a game.
Oh, yeah.
Because if he gets the right cornerback, like maybe say a Josh Norman, that likes to pick fights.
Yeah.
There it is. You understand? That's a whole now.
Or somebody like Sherman.
I'm trying to tell you, right on the same team, so at the end of the day, I know they said at the podium, they're not trying to promote that. They want players to be safe and everything. But back there, just like you and the other caller were saying, when they get behind closed doors, they were like, man, did you see him?
Yeah.
That's exactly what we need. We need that fire in this group. And it's true.
They do.
But it also is it's some receivers that can get out of control in a game when you really need them to keep a poised, level head. And look at the situation with Trent Taylor back here the night we played the Rams. We didn't see all into that play, but some way or another, it was an offensive pass interference.
I know.
Okay.
I still don't know it.
Now, and I don't know how, but it happened. But, this is something that, Jalen Hurd is starting right now, and so hopefully he can tone it down and get it right. But I'm going to say it's great to hear that our defense is dominating right about now, and hopefully that can carry over into the preseason as well as into the season. And, go ahead and get it and lock it down and take advantage of it while the players are there. And to see the offense having to struggle against this defense, then that lets me know that other offenses we're going to approach, when they get them pads on and they get in real games, man, it's going to be a very violent afternoon for the opposing team's quarterback and their offense. And so, I'm liking what I'm hearing so far, but the true test starts tomorrow because they put the pads on. And I think back to the Jalen Hurd situation, I think that, it might have been initiated for maybe, they weren't supposed to really pop somebody that aggressively with no pads on, so that might have played into it. He might have been, hey man, there's no pads on. Why you bringing the heat like that? And they was probably, man, this the NFL, bro. So you never know how it turned out, but it's good to hear that, he's got an aggressive nature about the game and can play that way. That's a good thing to have, that fire in a receiver and any other player. But sometimes you got to be real careful with that because you could be on a drive winning and, you're sitting there with a 2nd and 8. He turns around and gets flagged. Got mad and gets a penalty. Yeah. Now we're looking at 2nd and 23.
Yeah.
You understand? So it just, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's
But remember, James, these guys are fighting. There's going to be 37 guys that are leaving at the end of the month, and you're going to get a little stress level in there. So if Dante's getting mad, now we already know Dante will not be. He will be in that list of 37. And Exum has got to do good work too. So it's kind of interesting that it's them that's getting into this fight.
Well,
guys,
I tell you, you're so right about that. And then it's like, it's these younger players that are chomping at the bit too, because I'm gonna tell you, I've seen it before. They gotta to hear that that guy Tim Harris was getting really beat up on, then that was, that wasn't too great to hear, and
he's got my sympathy though. Mm-hmm. If I'm a rookie and they made me deal with Marquise Goodwin just to see how much metal I got, I tell you, well, listen, what y'all might as well cut me right now, because the dude, I'll try.
They don't,
mm-hmm.
They doing that to him, and that's football in a nutshell. But it's really, what I can take away from today with no pads on, and the pads come on tomorrow. If that defense is out there lighting it up, and they got to basically, bring out something like, if they're getting after it, and you start to see that, and you see the offense eventually start to get it too, but the defense is still dominating, that's a great time, because it's telling me that we're gonna the places that we were weak at in our defense, the parts of it that were weak last year, we didn't have the player personnel to adapt to that type of defense, which is one of the better defenses you can run to take away a lot of strengths from the opposing offense that you're facing. But you also got to have.
We're going to go ahead and stop. But listen, James, and you're right, too. Okay, iron will sharpen iron. If that offense and defense just trade off every week, then you know that team is right on the right path. All right.
Oh, yeah. It's coming. But once again, thank you for what you do. And Niner Empire, Niner for life. Have a great evening. Be blessed. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow, by the will of God. Have a great evening.
All right. Looking forward to it, James. Have a good night, fam. There's the James. James' thoughts, I tell you, he always hits it right on the nose. Are we going down under? It's Tony.
Anton Nixon wears black nail polish?
They showed me. I saw it in Australia. It's Tony Tone. I know, right? I mean, come on. What is with the crying and fighting about he hit me too hard? I really having trouble with that as myself. That's crazy, isn't it?
Here's the thing. He's a very likable guy, but at the same time, you can't be acting like a pansy on the field. This is training camp. This is where they separate the men from the boys, and you can't be that little 12-year-old crying when someone pushes you over. Come on. It's not hard to understand.
Especially a rookie. You let everybody see that he went out and abused you?
Exactly.
Oh, no.
It's really sad. Very, very sad. But, I'm excited about this year. I feel like our secondary is very underrated, even though we need some work at safety. Sure. I'm just happy with our coaching staff right now. I feel like Salah's putting it together. And the fact that we're hearing that the defense is having great days, 2 days in a row, that's very encouraging. So, I'm pretty happy with that. As for Kendrick Bourne, there hasn't been a more consistent guy for us, and we can't move on from him, to be honest. I think Jordan Matthews is terrible. I don't care if he's Jerry's cousin. He should not be on the team, because it's going to be 2 of 3 guys that make the team: Jordan Matthews, Trent Taylor, and Kendrick Bourne. Trent Taylor could be something special with Wes Welker, so I don't think they're going to get rid of him. Kendrick Bourne has been the most consistent receiver we've had, to be honest. You can go back. He's been very consistent. And then we have – go ahead.
No, we'll get an argument. Tony, we will argue. We can argue for 3 hours straight with many people about that, starting with Big Show, who would represent the whole party, that Kendrick Bourne is useless. And I've been trying to point these things out for the longest time. But go ahead, amplify on it more. God.
Didn't he have 4 of his touchdowns in the red zone, something crazy like that?
And he made it look easy.
In. I don't know how he's useless, but and then the third guy is Jordan Matthews, who's been kicked to the curb twice by the Eagles, who don't really have a great receiving core. They have 2 or 3 good guys, but after that, can't name anyone else on the team. I just don't see it. He got cut by the Bills? Are you kidding me? The worst receiving core in the league. You got cut by the Bills? They overpaid for, what's his name, Cole Beasley? Come on.
They did, didn't they? I really still can't get over that. When I first read that a few months ago. But yeah, I agree.
It's crazy.
I agree.
He has to be the odd man out. And if we are going to hold 7 guys, we have to keep KB and Trent Taylor. That's the only way around it. Mm-hmm. And that's ultimately what it comes down to. If we have to have a guy fake an injury for the whole season to stay on the team, it better be Jordan Matthews. If we can put them on season-ending IR just to keep them on the team, I'd be happy with that, and we can figure it out next year. And if Trent Taylor doesn't work this year, then he should be gone. But there's no way Jordan Matthews can stay on this team with 6 other healthy receivers.
Mm-hmm. And especially not cutting, and not at Kendrick Bourne, everybody's whipping child. He does not have to make this team so we can release Kendrick Bourne. And I don't know why it's compared that they're one and the same. It's not a redundancy. Kendrick Bourne is a different player than Jordan Matthews. So that's why I say, I just really I struggle with that. I got tired of arguing about it.
The thing is, Jordan Matthews will have an incredible game, have like 130 yards, 2 touchdowns on like 8 receptions, but then for 14 other weeks of the year, he'll have like 2 receptions, 25 yards, and a fumble. Like, you can't get around that. I just don't see it. Yeah. He could definitely work with Kyle, but I don't think he works very, very well in the slot. I don't think he's an amazing outside receiver. I just don't think he can play, to be honest. There's a reason why he's been bouncing around the last few years. So
the observation today by the guy that was watching, he says it seems that he's lost a step. He was pretty fast at one time, right?
I think he was like a 4.5 guy, but I just don't see it. We need to get rid of all of the 6 or 7 year veterans that might be a slight bit better than like 2-year guys, but don't have any potential. We need to get rid of those guys because I want to see growth. Jordan Matthews is not going to grow. If anything, he'll regress. That's something I need to see from the coaching staff and from Lynch to say we can't have this guy if the ceiling of the guy behind him is just 10 times bigger. Mm-hmm. And that also brings me to the cornerback.
And Tony, to amplify on that point, if you just want a guy 6'4", you've already got Jalen Hurd, who's out there pissing off the secondary already. I like that. Exactly. So if I need to use somebody in that role, I got one.
It's crazy. And for the corners, I think Akello Witherspoon needs to show up because he has the talent to be a great player, but I don't think he's working incredibly hard. I don't think he's working as hard as the guys next to him, and that's a problem. And you can see hard work. I just haven't seen it the last 2 days. Maybe he'll prove us wrong, but that's about it with that.
Tony, were you out there for yesterday or today?
No, but I've read articles. I saw a couple videos. I'm going on the last day, I believe.
Yeah, I remember you were there last time, so I was wondering. But, okay.
I'm definitely going this year, but just not yesterday. And one more thing. How in the hell is DeForest Buckner not on the board? I can see George Kittle being top 20, but the guys that have gone before him at defensive tackle, they have been Geno Atkins, Cameron Hayward, those guys, and DeForest blows them out of the water. Mm-hmm. I just don't see a defensive tackle going in the top 30, so he's probably not going to get picked. How is George Kittle the only true Niner that's going to be on the list? I don't see it. I just really don't.
He just doesn't get any respect, Tony. I don't understand.
It's him and Kenny Clark.
Yeah. We'll see.
Him and Kenny Clark of the Green Bay Packers are just incredible monsters at the defensive tackle position, but no one gives them any credit. They're both top 6 in the league, in my opinion, and they're not even on the list. So that's it for me. If you're in here tomorrow, I'll try and come.
And I will be. I'll be looking for you, Tony. All and,
All right.
You have a great night. And it's Tony joining on the bunch of us that do appreciate Kendrick Bourne. So, Big Show, there you go. He's like to direct those comments right at the show. Hey, Justin.
I have had enough. Okay, I am sorry. I know you had a rule about calling out people, but to the 2 trolls in the chat who are coming at Dre, you guys need to grow up. Like, the fact that you guys are making multiple counts to just troll someone and then saying we're uneducated and that just because somebody's in the school doesn't mean they're uneducated. Just because you guys need to grow up and stop trolling in a chat and stop being disrespectful to other people. Like, I'm so annoyed of it right now. Like, there's no need for it, and you guys very all riled up for nothing.
But Justin, I got to tell you, I got to tell you, if there's one guy that can take care of himself, it's Dre. So don't worry about him. He'll be fine. But listen, how about the subject matter today? And we'll keep an eye on the trolls, as you call them.
Oh my God! Hey,
make sure they stay right.
I'm like, y'all attacking Dre for nothing. He didn't do anything.
Well, hey, but anyway,
so stupid.
Yeah, that's been the hallmark of us for a long time. But hey, Justin, we're going to run out of time, so let's go ahead and get some stuff in here. On your mind about day 2 of training camp. What are you thinking here? You got the defense continues to do a good job. Consistency, haven't put on the pads yet. We can't get too crazy about that. And Jalen Hurd's out there beating people up that have been in the NFL for a little while. And of course, you got the George Kittle comparison. Well, and George Kittle's comparison with Julio. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. He's got to keep his emotion in check, It's barely practice. Second day, man, you can't, we have it enough. We had enough controversies over, like, this past offseason with Bosa, and then you had Robbie.
Justin, I want to ask you a question, though. If it was you and you were out there just playing ball and guys took exception to what you just did and you didn't do anything illegal or wrong, but you were just playing rough, as they say. And do you get up and get mad at the rookie, or do you go ahead and school a rookie? Just real quick, I want to run this to you. Carlos Hyde did this a couple of years ago with a rookie that came into camp. Remember the guy that played safety? I forgot his name. Anyway, he was roughing up all the running backs, hitting them too hard, because the rookies like to do that every now and then. So Carlos was watching this, and Carlos went through the next time and body slammed the kid right out of the middle of the field. And so, this is the thing. If you're a vet, you don't get mad, start crying, and starting fights. You wait till the next play, and you exert, whatever is your problem. You know what I'm saying? There's a code of ethics amongst football players that I think was broken. No?
I'm just like, the mindset, we have enough controversy this year. Yeah. Can we not fight in practice? That's just adding more and more and more for analysts to criticize the order. Hey, look, and now they're coming out, saying, that people inside the office don't like Shanahan and the Lynch, and then people saying this. We already have enough. The last thing we need is 2 fights. So
there's going to be more.
You got to keep it within the check.
There's going to be more. So.
Man. Oh God, man! We got enough things to worry about, and I will be going to training camp on August 2nd, so I will see it in person.
It's coming up.
I will be there August 2nd. So
This call is being recorded.
What the hell
guys,
is that? Okay.
Wait, hold on a second, guys. Don't unmute yourself. Just call in and freeze, because the reason we leave you unmuted so you don't do what just happened. It interrupts you. The person was on the phone, so just. All you do is call in, and we'll take it from there. All right? Go ahead, Justin.
I'm hoping, that the tipping stops and they learn how to have chemistry, on the offensive side and defensive side. The defensive side, they have great chemistry, apparently. Bosa apparently had a strip sack on day 1, and Bosa beat State 5 times, apparently. That's what they said.
Wait,
D Ford and
what was that second part? What?
Yeah.
Bosa did what?
D Ford. Bosa had a strip sack on day 1.
What happened?
Staley, he stripped Garoppolo.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was yesterday. Because I didn't hear anything about Nick today. I was wondering if anybody else did.
Yeah. He looked good. He looked good. Those those leg, man. Have you seen, man? That dude has leg muscle for days. That leg
trunks.
muscle. God, man. No sign of hamstring at all. He has no sign of slowing down at all. No sign of slowing down. And the thing they showed, and the most happiest thing I saw today was Witherspoon. He got the interception. I was like, yes! There you go.
Team Ronbo.
I was like, yes, he played physical, man. He's working for that spot. He wants to keep that number 2. So you got to play physical to get that number 2, man. So that's you just got to keep doing it. I'm pulling for him. I really am. I'm pulling for him.
There you go. And you should be. And even if he doesn't start, at least you want him in there. I want him to be up to snuff, because there's going to be situations where you're going to have to need more than 2 corners. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm talking about.
Well, we just signed another tight end too. We signed another tight end and another defensive lineman. So
I saw
two
that.
defensive linemen.
Filling out the roster.
And camp is gonna get interesting. Camp is really gonna get interesting. And so I'm waiting. The one position I'm looking at is that safety position. Who's gonna be step in the target, or is it gonna be the other one, or is it gonna be the rookie? I forget his name. I forget his name now.
Tavares?
Yeah, there you go. Moore. Yeah, is it going to be him? Who's going to take that number one?
Justin, I got to tell you, you guys, I like Tavares, but if Jimmy Ward is healthy, none of those guys are going to beat him out. So, really? But what I want is for all those guys to be good enough so if and when Jimmy goes down, they can come right in and do the job. But Ward will start if he's healthy.
I hope so. I mean, he's got a lot of proof this year.
Trey, call on in here. I'm waiting on you. Why did J-Dub? Hey, by the way, Justin, they're going to have more than, it's not going to be the same situation. They're going to have that coverage going to be a little different. So it's not going to be just depending completely on Jimmy anyway. But anyway, we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And Jimmy G, he's got to get better. He had a rough 2 days, apparently.
Well, yeah. It's only day 2. Day 2 and no pads.
Yeah,
no problem. All right.
Yeah, so we'll see, man. He's not expected to play preseason week 1, so we'll see how he does. It's all about getting back in the rhythm. So I don't expect him to be perfect, but I expect a little progression, at least a little bit.
Absolutely.
But it'll take time. All
right. All right, Justin. I'm gonna look for you tomorrow.
All right.
And have a great evening.
Sir.
All right.
Yes, sir. You too.
Thanks, Justin. All right.
And leave alone Dre.
Guys, one guy who does not need protection. Dre, anybody that messes with Dre is asking for it. Also, one thing I like about Jimmy G not starting, he's going to get more work against our defense than any defense probably in the league, especially on our preseason schedule. Hey, what is that, Braden? Hey, Braden! Let's get Braden in here. Braden's got to get his warm milk and go to bed. He's only 12. Come on. He can't be up all night. Braden! It is summer vacation, though. Braden!
Yo, what's up, Ronbo?
Hey, Braden, where are you, man? It sounds like there's a lot of activity going on around you.
Oh, it's just all my air conditioners.
How many air conditioners you got? It's blowing right into your speaker. Maybe you can move away from it a little bit so it doesn't blow right into your speaker. Or to your microphone. Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's a little windy of a sound is what I was trying to get rid of. Yeah.
Okay, I'll turn them off if you want.
Well, no, I don't want you to get too hot. Hey, Brayton, what you do is just step to the left or right so you're not right in the area where the wind is blowing right into your microphone. Can you do that?
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay, let's see what happens. All right. Braden's he has got the most powerful fan on that AC that I've ever heard. Braden, are you still there? All right. Yep. Anyway, hey, Braden, today we found out that the defense is pretty much going to stay in charge of practice for a while longer. We'll see tomorrow when they put on the pads. And we found out also that Jalen Hurd is not a guy you want to mess with if you're waiting for him to come downfield and going to muscle him up. Not going to happen. And George Kittle has been compared to Julio Jones. Hey, what are your feelings on these matters?
I feel that, when the defense is, taking over at camp, I mean, that's actually really good.
Yeah.
Because if they're taking more action than the offense, that actually helps out on the team. So, destroy other offenses.
And ours is pretty good offense. So if they can beat up our offense, well, that means total annihilation for about 70% of the offenses in the NFL. and they're just getting started, Braden. Wait till they get to know each other. Oh my God. We've got piranhas, Braden, just feeding frenzies on every quarterback in the league. Destroy. Let's get excited about these guys. Anyway, we do know that soon. Well, what do you think about Jalen Hurd? Now, who's in the wrong? Did you know about that situation? What do you think's in the wrong here? Jalen Hurd, Dante Johnson, or Antone Exum? Who was supposed to exercise restraint? Who was the one that you probably, if you had to punish somebody between those three guys, who would you punish, Brady?
Well, what I heard about the Jalen Hurd fight, I'd say I'd probably punish him.
Oh, okay. And how come?
Because with all the fight season, it's going to lead him to not that much good of a career, but at least he's not in too much of fights, but that's probably, just a little bit.
Yeah.
It won't ruin his career too much.
Maybe not. You think he had too much attitude? He should come in with a little cooler head and maybe have or at least have a little more respect for your teammates? I mean,
Yep.
I mean, he may have been too rough. They're not wearing pads yet, and people need to worry about their body. But I gotta tell you, Braden, if I've been playing in the NFL for 2 or 3 years, and a guy comes in and beats me up as a rookie, I need to have pride. Don't start fighting. You bring yourself down to another level. If you get that mad, just say, you know what? I'm going to excuse you this time because you're a rookie. But if you come down here like that down again, knowing we're not wearing any pads, I'm going to be waiting for you outside the parking lot. And there's other ways to handle that situation and make the rookie realize that he needs to learn something before he gets a little crazy. You know what I mean? You don't break out fighting with him on the field. This is what I'm thinking. There's got to be somebody, there's got to be an adult between the two of them. Jalen Hurd is still a young guy, just got into the NFL. But Dante Johnson, these guys are in their 20 way plus, so there's no reason for them to act like that. My own opinion. But, I mean, that's what I'm thinking. We'll see. Somebody's going to have to grow up soon, though. Because we have nothing but good character guys, Braden. Hey.
Yeah?
George Kittle has not been picked yet in the top 100. That means, and they're going to definitely put him in there, pick a number between 1 and 25. And Braden, they've already gotten to 30, so there's only 30 spots left, right? Where's George Kittle going to fall between 1 and 30?
I think he might fall somewhere in the top 10, between 1 and 10, somewhere around there.
Think so?
At least.
Could be. All right, we're going to revisit this, of course, and we'll say, Braden called it. Top 10, there's George. Braden, we're going to, hey, how hot is it where you are, Braden? I mean, what are we talking, 100 degrees, 90 degrees, 80? What is it?
I mean, in Ohio, it's mostly kind of humid, but it's like probably in the lower 80s, kind of mid-70s right now.
In the evening. Boy, I tell you, that's
too hot.
Yeah, all right. Well, you stay cool. And, Jaden, we'll be back tomorrow looking for you, okay?
Yeah. Also, I want to say something real quick. All right?
Go ahead.
I just want to say shout out to all the chat. And I've heard what Rico said in yesterday's live video. Yes, thank you, Rico.
Oh,
and
that's right,
if he's in this live video, I just want to thank him for his respect and want to thank you to all the chat. And shout out to all of you out there. And shout out to you, Ronbo.
Thanks, Braden.
Yeah, and also my friend Jesse. He said hello.
Yeah. Hi, Jesse. All right. Good stuff, Jason. Braden. Jesse said, now I called you Jesse. We'll see you tomorrow, okay?
All right.
All right. Good night.
All right. Good night, fam. Wait, 49ers!
Yeah, he got that from Rico. Good night, Braden.
Good night, fam.
And we go to the East Coast before Demetrius passes out to say, Demetrius! Uh-oh. D? Demetrius? Demetrius? it looks like George Kittle just got picked number 1 in the top 100 by his peers. Demetrius. D gets up every morning at 4. Demetrius has got to be passed out. It's like, what, 11 o'clock? Getting up 4.5 hours later? Maybe earlier? Hey, D, D, you there? Yeah. Let's go to my man, Russo.
What's up, Ronbo?
Russo, tonight I learned not to bring a bucket of water. As you know, I like to rehydrate during the summer months. Tonight I decided to wait until after the program to do my super rehydrating thing. Hey, Russo, you know what happened today? The defense is like still being taunted as being, whoa! But maybe we should probably wait. Judgments are probably a little early. And, of course, you got our favorite, he's becoming my favorite guy now, Jalen Hurd, and his little escapades out with the established players. And then, of course, there's George Kittle. Where may he fall? In the top 20, top 25, or where? But, Jay, Russo, I know you got a lot of perspective, man. What are you thinking?
Well, as far as the whole Jalen Hurd thing, I definitely like the fire he has, and I can appreciate that, second day of practice, and he's a rookie. He's really trying to earn the respect of his players, and I like the grittiness. He's trying to prove what he's got, and he's going up against 2 vets that are they're fighting for a roster spot, right? They're both fighting. So
chemistry,
I get
nitro and glycerin.
Yeah, I get it all, and I like it. I mean, I definitely like it. I have one issue with it, with the whole thing. I have one issue is throwing the punches. You don't throw punches at your teammates, right? For one, and 2, you got helmets on, and you're gonna throw a punch and try to punch someone in a helmet. Like, all you're gonna do is break your fucking hand, and then you're gonna end up missing time over it.
Well,
so,
hey, Russo, but he threw the punches intelligently to the body.
Okay,
but he had no business throwing punches, actually. Period.
Yeah, it's just the punches. That's the only thing I have the issue with. But the rest of it, like, I'm totally fine. I'm like, you want to get scrappy, start throwing people around. You want to grab their helmet, whatever you want to do, like tackle somebody and then rough them up a little bit. Like, I like it. I like the competitiveness, but just the punches. I think hopefully Kyle gets his message across, and hopefully Hurd already got his message across. But other than the punches, I'm cool with everything.
There you go. All right. Now, what's your feeling on the defense doing as well as they are? Is there something wrong with our offense, or what's going on?
Well, I think at this point I'm pretty optimistic. I'm generally a glass half full person, and I try to see the good out of every situation. Today, like, my whole takeaway from today, it was overall it wasn't good. And, like, yes, the defense looked good, but I have some concerns going on. Like, obviously, Richburg still is on the pup, and he's not practicing. 2 surgeries, right? So we're trying to figure out what we're doing with the center position. That's the whole issue on its own. But McGlinchey got completely owned by D Ford today, twice. Like, completely owned. I don't know if you saw, but Mike Person got knocked on his. Okay, Mike Person got completely knocked on his ass by Julian Taylor, like flattened him out.
Julian Taylor?
Julian. Yeah.
They said
Julian
something
Taylor
about him being the most violent guy in camp, and I guess they're telling the truth. Mike Person he gets beat up, but not knocked on his butt.
No, Person got literally pancaked by Julian Taylor. So that's our right side of the line that are just completely getting owned. And then Garnett, like, he's been kind of hurt. We used a high draft pick on him.
Oh, okay, you don't mean now.
Yesterday. No. Yeah, so the first day of practice, Garnett dislocated his finger. They popped it back in. Today, and then today he dislocated the same finger again. So that is going to be an issue. Like, he might end up missing reps over something like this. Like, I know you could probably play through a dislocated finger, you put a splint on it or whatever, but it's going to be hard for him to really give his full effort. And if he's fighting for a roster spot and you're going through training camp and you have a finger that you've dislocated twice, like, that might become an issue. So that's just another concern of mine. It's really like along the offensive line. So I'm looking at 3-4 guys that it's really from the center all the way to the right side that I'm having issues with, where, Jimmy G's coming off an ACL, and if he's going to be getting blown up, we need guys that can protect him. So, I'm trying to,
Russo, I got to tell you, though, if actually you can't really, the things that's going on with D Ford, there's not a lot of D Fords in the NFL, so I am concerned,
right.
but not only. And there's also, I don't know what's going on with Julian Taylor. This is the second report I've heard about him. Julian Taylor is a man on a mission. You know, we'll see what happens in the pads. Because right now, when it comes to this particular time of season, the offense is going to suffer against the defense when it comes to no pads. Because they do need the pads to do what they do. So let's see what tomorrow. If this continues, though, you're right. It is the alarm goes off.
Kentavious Street had a would-be sack today too. So there's multiple guys that are looking pretty good. Armstead had another really good day. But then just like on the flip side of the offense, like you said, Jimmy G 5 of 12. He was sailing throws. He was throwing them like wide. Debo was struggling to get open. He couldn't get any separation. But other than that, like everything, like the 7-on-7, he looked good. The individual drills, he looked good.
Who's guarding Debo? Was it a number of corners, or was it all of them, or what? Did you say he couldn't make gain any separation?
No, Verrett was on him, and he couldn't even get open. Actually, Verrett didn't even have a pass attempted on him today. That's how good he was. No one even got open on him. So.
Oh my God, Akello's done.
And like I understand that Akello had a pick, and everybody I'm happy for him, but that was like 80% Dante Pettis' fault. He gave up on the route. He didn't fight through the he didn't go through the route, and he didn't try to break the ball. And then like Witherspoon was on the ground for 3 seconds.
Let me ask you a question. I just want to ask you a question about Dante from last year. Did you notice Dante bailing on plays last year at this same time? Dante is not going to initiate any contact without pads. He did this last year, and I said, "Uh-oh, is he afraid?"
It's really hard to read into any of this when they weren't in full pads. So this is just kind of, it's just like, and then Jimmy G was all over him after the pick. He was like giving it to Pettis. So Pettis knows what he did wrong, and I expect him to fix that going forward. But just like it's hard, really it's hard to judge when people aren't in their pads and everything like that.
Yeah.
But overall, the defense is overwhelmingly outperforming the offense. Aside from Tevin Coleman is completely separated himself from all the running backs. He is by far doing the best by all of them.
Yeah.
Nobody else could even hit a hole. He's actually broken a few runs. So
hey, is Matty B in right? We've not heard. Is Matty B
I
working
haven't heard
out?
any. He is. He's just going through the motions. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't done anything good or bad. He's just kind of
running through
there
the
right now, and I'm kind of surprised because he's got to take advantage of this while Jets on the pup. I'm shocked that we haven't. He's not the guy who's kind of standing out over all the running backs. So that.
But Russo,
a little
you know
concerning.
I tell you, he gets hurt every year in training camp.
He does.
Every year he's been with us, both years. Maybe he's trying to scale it back a little bit right now and wait till they put on the pads for sure. And then
well, he's coming back from a torn pec, right? He had surgery.
Yeah, so I'm thinking Matty B's probably running a cautious route out there. And he's probably had coaches maybe even suggested maybe you want to tone it down a little bit for now. And then wait with on the pads and go ahead and go all out.
Well, tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow we really find out what's going on because tomorrow's the day. Like I'm glad everybody got through the first couple of days. Nothing crazy happened. We had a couple fights, whatever. But tomorrow's the day. We need to make it through the day healthy. We need people that we're expecting to really step up. So we'll find out some more tomorrow.
Good stuff, Russo. I always love the stuff you bring. Let's we'll see tomorrow after pads.
All right, sounds good.
Russo.
Do a quick shout out for everybody in the chat: TNT, Dre, Trez. Give a shout out to Shay, Big Show, and then Jerry Fresh and the whole Fresh squad, and then you, Ronbo. So thank you.
Thanks, Russo. See you tomorrow.
All right. Later.
Oh, here he comes. Well. It's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Come on in here, show. Oh, yes, come on in here.
You always know. You always know how to brighten up my day by so enthusiastically bringing me in here.
Oh, God.
That just makes my day even better.
You're just so much fun. I got to give you a song, man.
Oh, I'm glad. Hey, at least I'm not boring.
Well, that's true.
At least we don't go from 90 to 0 when I go on, you know what I mean?
So, I'm telling you, man, go ahead, because I know exactly what you want to mention first. You can talk a little bit about the defense today if you like. And then you can get on my boy Kendrick.
I want to speak about Jalen Hurd first.
Right.
I am extremely glad to see that we finally found someone who has a little dog in him, because we've been looking for that person on offense for quite a while now. And what better person to go up against than Dante Johnson, mind you, a thin-skinned Trent Baalke pick, who doesn't know how to handle any type of criticism that they see on the internet about them, who doesn't know how to handle really good offensive players like Jalen Hurd,
or
DeAndre
Hopkins
every day. Yeah.
God, that was awful. I'll never forget that.
I still don't understand why we brought Dante Johnson back. That just
roster filler.
That just blew my mind when we signed him all over again. Yeah, I understand. We have to fill in an 83-man roster, but still, there's other players in the Trent Baalke era who we're trying to cast on that we could have called in exactly. And the only thing I read about today regarding the offense was that they sputtered a little bit on day 2, which is kind of a little disturbing with our defense. Our defense is doing really well from the get-go. I just hope that doesn't translate onto regular season games. I don't want to see our offense sputter at all.
Early. So it's early and no pads. Now remember, the offensive line, to be the most effective, they do need pads. So we're going to see a difference tomorrow. I don't know how much of a difference, but we're going to see a little difference.
Another report I read from today was Joshua Garnett. That really, really pissed me off.
That really bothered me too, just now. It's the first time I heard about that.
I want to see him do well. I want to see him make this team and take over Mike Pearson's job. You know what I mean? I don't think Mike Pearson is not a good interior offensive line. I don't know why we have him starting over Josh Garnett.
Well,
Josh Garnett handled Aaron Darnold really well.
He made some
and that should speak volumes.
Yeah, I agree. Did you know about a dislocated finger yesterday? Jesus Christ, Josh.
No.
I didn't even know about that.
I didn't read about that until today.
They didn't say anything about it yesterday. Probably they were, but oh God, don't tell anybody he's got a dislocated finger. He'll be out for the rest of the season because it doesn't take much to take Josh completely out. Remember, last year was a toe.
Are these guys really that big of a pussy to not play through a dislocated finger? Are you kidding me? Look at the guys like the back in the Dick Butkus days. They played through crushed fingers and thumbs.
Ronnie Lott would have cut the finger
taken off, and
exactly.
Get over it, man. Get your pads back on and play like a man. Stop being a woman.
Up.
Come on.
Yes. It's annoying.
Seriously, you showed talent to stop Aaron Darnold. Come on. Why are you afraid to play through a broken finger?
He actually did well with Sue in his rookie year. I don't know what's going on with Garnett. This is the year we really need to know, is he serious? Does he really want to play? He's got to get out there and assert himself and show some toughness, like you're saying. Get the splint, have him tape you up, and get your butt back out there. Come on.
There is one thing about my generation, the millennial generation. They don't know how to milk getting money out of people. Because a lot of these players seem to know how to milk the NFL and get an injury here or there and call it quits and retire and get a nice fat pension the rest of their life. That's a brilliant move, honestly.
It's a brilliant.
Show much talent and
if you don't have, you're shameless.
Break our hearts by retiring early.
Yeah. And there's no shame in retiring healthy as far as your bank account, but you're a football player and your legacy looks like, well, I dislocated a finger and that was pretty much it for me. You're an offensive lineman, so you weigh 300 pounds. What's that got to do with anything? Oh, it just says you're just not worth a damn. I mean, God, come on. Let's see what it looks like. You're gonna put on pads. Maybe we'll be back tomorrow.
I really hate to bring up other teams on here, but John Gruden had said it best when they were showing clips of Hard Knocks, the beginning of Hard Knocks, and he said, I am tired of players having dreams. I want players to take other players' jobs away. You know what I mean? And that's what I saw in Jalen Hurd. That's what I read in Jalen Hurd today. He's trying to take somebody's job. That's the kind of player I want to see in a player. That's the kind of person I want to see in a player. You know what I mean? Yeah. That grit, that toughness, that
determination.
I want to kick ass attitude. You know what I mean? That was so relieving and refreshing to hear. But
I've not watched Hard Knocks. I might watch it now.
Dante Johnson.
Yeah.
It had to be Dante Johnson. He had to go. Out of all people, it had to be Dante Johnson. He had to go up against the weakest, most pathetic excuse of a corner the NFL has ever seen in the entire history of its existence.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like, but still, he's got a lot of fight in him.
Yeah, he's not going to make it. Although, I got to tell you, so there is some concern for worry because if it's between Dante Johnson and Greg Maben as to who they're going to keep for that reserve.
It's going to be Dante Johnson.
Because Greg Maben, I don't know what's wrong with him. He had a good year in his first year when he came in with us, and he's been ever since. I don't know what's going on with him.
And Tim Harris is starting to be a disappointment a little bit. There was because he played right next to Bryce Hall in Virginia, and that secondary was tough. Bryce Hall is projected to be a number one or in the top 10, top 15 as far as draft picks go next year. You know, like as far as corners go, you know, like.
And they already sent Alex Brown packing. So you know what? Tim Harris better get something done or get Alex Brown back on the phone. Well, you know what? We're going to see tomorrow and see what develops because, man, Fred Warner said Alex Brown is good, tough. And then, of course, like you're saying, Tim Harris went out there, and I understand he's trying to deal with Marquise Goodwin. It freaked him out. And he probably, I don't know what happened, but he's got to try. So, anyway.
Weren't you a corner? Would you want to go up against Marquise?
No, I already said. Somebody else already said. Marquise going to come running down the field. I'd start screaming, "Ivan's help! Give me help! You know. So anyway, 4.3 speed is ridiculous. Oh God. Anyway, good stuff, show.
All right.
I noticed
shout out to everyone. Shout out to.
Go ahead.
Yeah. I'm not going to mention his name. All I'm going to say it took 2 years to get off the practice squad because
we
it
can
took
do it
everybody
later
to get injured to pull him off the practice squad. But anyways, that's all I have to say. Shout out to everyone, all of the TNT family, including the trolls that I love in the chat. I love you going after me. That's my bread. That's what makes my world go round is people coming after me. So keep on coming at me, and I don't care. And I love you. It's all love. It's all out of love. I love you all. I won't get into drama or anything like that. But shout out to everyone. Y'all have a good night.
Show. Have a good night. And the big show just left the building. Talk to you later, show. Hey, Demetrius must have won. Hey, Demetrius. Demetrius. Well, you know what? Demetrius got to get up so early. We should probably just let him sleep. He's really got to get up soon. In about 10. He's got long. Hey, Tyler.
Ronbo, my man.
T. I'm telling you, man, it's an interesting day today.
I want to say shout out to Braden.
Yeah, Braden is cool, isn't he? And Tyler, Tyler, how old were you when you first called in?
I was like 14.
Oh, yeah, you're already 14? Yeah, so yeah, Braden's only 12, but
I was either 13 or 14, but I believe I was 14.
Yeah, I think so, because I think you were just getting ready to switch schools. Yeah. So,
no, I never switched schools.
No, I mean,
I switched schools.
I'm talking about junior high.
Back in like.
I mean, for junior high to high school.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, because I went to this one school, and then I moved here in second grade, so I've been here for a while, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But Tyler, as you know, the defense is still manhandling our offense. They freaked Jimmy out. Jimmy's out there sailing passes today. Although I'd rather see him do that than get hit. Let that ball go, Jimmy, because that's going to get better. I think when the pads get on, we're going to see a little different.
Ain't nothing going to happen with no pads on.
Yeah.
You know how I know?
Kyle already probably told him, do not touch the quarterback, guys.
No, not just that. You know how I know that nothing's going to happen with no pads on?
What?
Nick Bosa's still healthy.
Yeah.
He hasn't gotten injured yet in practice.
I know. Nick's got it. Well, you know what? He didn't have any pads on when he got hurt in OTAs. He was just exploding off of a leg that wasn't ready to explode yet.
Oh, yeah. We need to give a round of applause for Nick making it through 2 days of practice without getting hurt.
Come on, Tyler. Hey, remember,
I love Nick.
We have a whole new group of people to help keep these guys healthy, and I think it's going to work. Nick just needs to stay with the program. Just like George Kittle out there doing crazy things that have nothing to do with football, but actually do have something to do with football because his sister's out there keeping him yoga loose. And there's a lot of things these guys are going to be working on. So I think they're going to.
You know, I love
we're going to see a little difference.
They have McGlinchey mic'd, and I love how he was talking to Jimmy, and he's like, "Hey, Jim, how's it feel?" And then he's like, "Hey, man, it's good to be back," or something like that. And then he's like, "It just feels so good to be out here. I mean, so used to getting one of these a day." And then he goes, I think Kittle comes in or something. He goes, "Not now, baby. We're back."
You know,
or it might have been McGlinchey that said that. But I don't know.
Yeah, Mike says he's going to get. He likes the fact that he got such a tough defensive line. He feels like it's going to make him better. And today was lesson number one, trying to keep up with that first step of D. I mean, that's got to be scary. Whoa.
Yeah, and then you see, they asked D about. They asked D about having to play against Jimmy and how it's like the game plan against him, and then he's like, well, what is he like? Execution. And then he goes, he goes, anytime you have a quarterback that can execute, and he goes, I remember a play last year. He goes, I diagnosed it perfectly. It was a bootleg, and then he sidearmed it around me. He goes, that's hard.
That play too.
That's hard to do.
Yeah.
There was two of them. There's one that he was getting hit on, but he still stayed up. But there were guys on him. There's another one that he's just sidearm. Yeah, the two sidearm bootlegs. But he's like, yeah, he just sidearmed around me. He goes, that's hard to do, man. So he's special.
And accurately.
And then, yeah, perfect, right there to Kittle. And I also remember play against the Chiefs. Jimmy was getting hit. I think it was by that tackle, that defensive. There was also a defensive tackle that played for the Chiefs last year, that 14 sacks.
Yeah, I can't remember his name. I know you're talking, and
I think it was
he got released and with another team, and I was thinking, nah, we haven't got any room for him now. But the dude's bad.
I don't know how in the world you do that. Why would you release a guy with 14 sacks? You could at least trade him and get something, but
I think it might have slight cap hit, maybe. But then he went ahead and stored Frank. I don't know what Kansas City's doing.
It's weird. But Frank Clark is younger, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that there's a play where Jimmy was getting drilled, and he'd like lobbed the ball perfectly in a place for Kittle. So I mean,
Jimmy's good under pressure. I want some of that pressure taken off of him, but still, I mean, Patrick Mahomes is not the only guy. Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes are not the only two guys that can throw a sidearm pass. We got a guy who can do that. Yeah,
we knew that once we saw the sidearm sling.
Yeah. So
I mean,
it's we
gotta keep in mind there's no pads on, so we can't be like, oh, the defense is dominating. It's like, yeah, it's probably easier to get off of blocks. It's more slippery.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the offensive lineman's got to have his pads. Jalen Hurd, though, says he doesn't need any pads, though, Tyler. What do you think about Dante Pettis and Anton Exum taking exception to Jalen Hurd playing too rough? I love saying that.
Yeah,
it's football.
Don't know. Yeah, I mean, the fact that Dante Johnson is still on our team just freaks me out.
Everybody freaks out.
I can't imagine us making the playoffs with Dante Johnson on our team.
Not to worry.
I don't know what the deal. I don't know what the deal is, man.
He'll be gone at the end of August. I promise.
I don't know why they re-signed him anyway, but
just roster feed. Yeah, he's got. We got to have somebody.
I just love how.
Yeah, got to be practiced with somebody.
I love hearing.
And he knows.
Yeah,
he nails the defense. He doesn't know how to do it well, but he does know it, and so he serves a purpose.
Yeah, I love hearing from people that's like, our pass rush is noticeably different. I get there's no pads, but noticeably different. And Saleh looks juiced up, ready to go. And when this team rolls out there, week one at Tampa, if we don't start out 2-0, I'm going to be disappointed.
I am too. I really am. Because both those teams are right now in transition. They got a new coaching staff. They're installing new programs. Players have got to get together and learn with each other together. There's no way you lose to those two teams.
It is going to be interesting. It is going to be interesting how those quarterbacks respond to their new coaches. because I'm being serious. Jameis Winston, when he played last year, he looked really good. He looked really good, underrated. He was touchdowns. He was throwing dimes. And then you got Andy Dalton that we never seen him without Marvin Lewis. You get him with a good offensive coordinator, maybe Andy Dalton could be good.
It could have been Marvin Lewis's fault. Good point.
I don't think he had a good offensive coach. Marvin Lewis, I think, is a defensive coach.
Well, I mean, whoever he had under him. Yeah. I don't even know
Andy
who the
Dalton,
OC
I don't
was.
care what anybody says. Andy Dalton has the talent to be successful. He's shown flashes of it. It's just that if you get him with an offensive head coach, who knows? Just like Sam Darnold going to be with an offensive head coach. It's going to be very interesting. Yeah. And then, if we don't start off 2-0, I'm going to be very disappointed. And I will say this. If we start off 2-0 and win both those games somewhat convincingly, like by double digits,
got to beat the Steelers.
I guarantee you, I'm not saying we're going to beat the Steelers, but week 3, that game at Levi's Stadium will be the first game at that stadium that is sold out. If we're 2-0, I guarantee it.
Yeah, he's right about that.
Sold out.
It may already be sold out, though. All right, Tyler. Good stuff. We're going to go and look for tomorrow after the padded practice, the first one.
Absolutely, going to be interesting. I don't know what to make of these practices because it's like they're playing against each other. So it's so tough to determine until you see him out there. By the way, I do have Nick starting that first preseason game since Jimmy's not going to play. Week 2 at Denver, that's when Jimmy should play, hopefully.
Maybe.
And I hope he plays against Kansas City. I want to see him in the dress rehearsal the whole first half. I want to see how he responds to playing at Kansas City. And whenever he scores a touchdown, I want to see him, rush one in or something without getting hurt, find, a clear path, rush one in, with a clear path if you see it, if you get it. Right. And then I want him to run over to the spot that he got hurt at, spit on it, and then get an ovation from the crowd.
There you go. Well, we're in Kansas City. Or are they coming to us? No, they're in Kansas City. You're not going to get that, Tyler.
Yeah, we're going there.
All right. All right, Tyler. I'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Niner
give your exit.
For life. Niner Empire, Niner for life. Forever faithful. Jimmy G. You can't go to L.A. right now. You have training camp, crunch time. Let's start balling. I know you're ready for the pads. Let's have a great year. Stay away from the hose. Bye, Paul.
Good night, Tyler. And let's slide on over to Niner Gang. Niner Gang, come on in, man.
How's it going, Ronbo? Hold up a second. I got to grab my headphones.
All right. Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, because and tonight, I think we're just talking about it just for the sake of talking about it. The offense was in peril today, and some of it had to do with the defense actually settling in and doing a number. But remember, the offensive line does need their pads. It's too easy for them to roll off of just a T-shirt. So, are you worried about that yet? Because you got Mike Persons being killed, Weston Richburg's watching what's going on from his hospital room, and we're really there's something to be concerned about as far as the team being ready to roll starting tomorrow. And then you got Joshua Garnett, whose fingers are now having a problem. So we got problems. And then there's Jalen Hurd, and you can pass judgment on that. And also, George Kittle being in the top 20. Is he going to be top 10 or top 20 in the yearly annual countdown of the 100 best players?
Oh. Okay, well, I'll touch on that one first. First of all, shout out to Braden.
Yeah, Braden.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
I remember, I think I came on the show when I was like 12. So
all right.
You're doing it. And you said top 10. I'm going to disagree. I'm going to say top 20, and he'll probably be 17 or 16 or something like that. Because you got to think about the people who are going to be ahead of him. You'll have Mahomes, and you'll have. I'd be willing to bet money that there's 17 more popular players in the NFL than George Kittle.
Could be.
So, you got AB, you got Odell, you got Patrick Mahomes, you got you'll have all those. Has Zeke Elliott been named yet? Because I feel like
I don't think he's been picked up.
Be out there.
And how about Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think top 10, but,
if you had to count,
definitely top 20.
Yeah. And you're right about Zeke. Most players think he's probably great. You know what? We could probably calculate, if you really sit down and really look at the names still left, you probably could figure out exactly where George Kittle's going to be. Is he going to be ahead of Travis Kelce's going to be ahead of him because of his time in the league? The players are just going to do that. I just know it. So wherever Kelce is, count back 1 or 2. So there you go. All right.
Okay.
DeForest Buckner, no
So,
chance. So, that's fine.
well,
Jordan,
that's sad. I could have said for sure top 50. I would have said top 50, but they're really sleeping on us this year. So
yeah, let them stay asleep.
we'll
We'll wake them up. We'll wake them up soon too.
yeah, I like this. I like this year better than last year because going into training camp last year we were so hyped up, and it led to people getting disappointed. But it's the opposite this year. We'll be getting slept on, and when we're 4-0 out the gate, then they'll
wake up.
Waking up. So.
And not again. We have more right this year, even though we have more right to be hyped this year than we did. We didn't have this kind of firepower last year. We just didn't.
Yeah, last year we still had holes in the offense. Yeah, holes in the offense, still had holes in the D line. So to be honest with you, I think literally the only reason all that hype was generated was solely based on Jimmy G.
And the 2017 finish.
I mean, I don't really think that's enough of a case. I was with the hype. I was excited, but I don't think looking back on it, hindsight, it wasn't enough to hype up the team with holes in their defense and offense. So.
And then again, something else too. It's speculated by some. Jimmy G, as good as he is, he may not be the 49er MVP. I says, I hadn't thought about that.
49, he will be the comeback player of the year, and league MVP. Well, no, the team MVP 49ers is going to be either Defoe or George Kittle. And also, and maybe a sleeper pick would be Deebo Samuel. I really like Deebo Samuel.
Team MVP this year?
I don't know, but I love Deebo Samuel. So.
Could be Dante, too.
That, too.
As soon as he puts on pads.
Going, but...
Yeah. Well, no, there's several players. Tevin Coleman could be ferocious. It's just hard to say if Jimmy's the only guy that could be spotlighted as a potential team MVP. He will be, of course, in the running, no doubt about that. But is he going to get the most votes? We'll see.
And then last thing I want to touch on before I head off, the Jalen Hurd, the whole Jalen Hurd thing.
I find it funny.
I also heard when you asked Braden about who you punish, he said Jalen Hurd, and I love you, Braden, but that's just wrong on all levels. Because you know what, Dante Johnson, he might as well just get out of here.
He will soon.
He probably worst player of 49ers history. Oh no, I can't say that.
No, we've had some bad players. Remember AJ Jenkins? Oh, you were too young.
Oh, that's true.
Oh God, AJ.
And who else did he go against? He went up against Exum.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, it's nice. He knocked them all on their asses, so it's cool.
Dude is big and strong and played running back. So if we got a tough guy on the team that could get that kind of thing done, it's Jalen Hurd.
I mean, I think it's just a wake up call, and I don't think anyone maybe he was at fault for being too rough without pads, but I think it's a wake up call, and it shows the team that he he's a bull, and he's a dog, and he's fighting. So I think it's a good thing for our team, as long as it doesn't happen again and nothing gets out of control. I think it's good for the team, and it's just so the offense, maybe step it up a little bit because first 2 days, been kind of slow. I was hoping Jimmy G would have a better day today than he did yesterday, and he did even worse. But
well, no, yesterday was a good day for him, actually, He's 6 of 8. I tell you what, watch what happens tomorrow. Watch what happens tomorrow. Jimmy G is an ego, but this we know about him. It doesn't show, but I could tell he does not want to look bad. He really doesn't.
No, he has that winning mentality that every franchise quarterback needs.
And
I think that's why he's perfect for the team. He brings a whole different aura to the team.
Yep.
That's why we got so hyped last year, and he's a winner. So glad we have him. So, yeah.
Hey, now again, we're gonna go and we'll look for you tomorrow after padded practice. Can't wait.
All right, thank you for having me on. Yep.
Oh, hey, no, I barely heard you. I think I heard what you said, though. My pleasure, fam. See you tomorrow.
All right. Peace out, Ronbo.
Peace out, fam. And he's still gonna. Demetrius is not getting up. Demetrius is asleep. Demetrius, you sleep? Yeah, Demetrius is gone. It's what is it, midnight in his area? Hey, and it's early in the day though in Oz. I got Brian on the phone. Or is Brian? Is Brian zoomed in or is he on the phone? Hey, Brian. Nah.
G'day, mate. How you going?
Brian, I'm just amused that we go through this every year. We sort of like think too much without padded practices, but it's always fun to imagine. Like the defense right now is just sort of controlling the offense. I mean, D Ford must have scared Mike McGlinchey to death today. I guess yesterday it was Nick Bosa doing a number on Hall of Fame Joe Staley, and today Mike McGlinchey's sitting there probably saying things like, "Oh, it's okay, I needed that." Well, Mike, but let's get that improvement going, okay? And he can get by you 3 or 4. He is D Ford, but if he runs by you 5 times, you need to get 2 of those 5 at least.
Yes. There's a bit came out
Brian,
today's.
I just want to, one thing I know that you'll appreciate, especially a person who knows the rugby game like you do, you've got Jalen Hurd that has been accused of being too rough. I know you'd enjoy that.
There's a couple of them that need to get a cup of concrete into them, mate, and harden up a bit. Yeah.
Cup of concrete.
Yeah.
I got to remember that one. That's good.
Yeah. Look, if he's just made a football play, well, that's just part and parcel of it. If he's done something that's a bit untoward and not football related, well, that's a different story. But the big thing is, mate, it'll all be captured on film. So I'm inclined to agree with what you said earlier, mate. The coaches will be in there pissing themselves laughing at it, I reckon.
Yeah. And I just know that. I know that's what happened. They had to play the role. All right, guys, let's conduct ourselves like we're on the same team, guys. We're not wearing pads yet. So, you come downfield. I understand you're playing football and you're trying to make the table. It's not hurting anybody. And like I say, when they get back in, they're probably laughing so hard. Did you see it? I mean, I saw Exum. I couldn't even see his body. He had him completely covered.
Yeah, no, it's a bit hilarious hearing professional footballers say that, but we'll just see what happens. He's a big boy, and he made a bit of a statement today, so look out. Yeah. It's just interesting to see the reaction of those two boys compared to Joe Staley, who got touched up by Bosa 3 times yesterday, and he just took it in his stride and laughed about it. So those two boys that are on the bubble a bit are obviously feeling the heat. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Especially Dante.
Yeah, especially. But it's interesting just to sit back and I mean, obviously you can't take anything sort of too serious this first week, really, because there's no timing or anything like that there. You really just, it's all about just getting back into the flow. And so I'm not really worried about too much execution this first week. It's all about attitude and fitness and who's moving well and, especially the attitude, bring the attitude. And they seem to have well and truly brought that this first week, which is good to see. But it's good to hear some guys that were coming back off injury. Sherman made a really good play, and Solly had a good day yesterday, and Witherspoon was good today. So it's really interesting to hear the guys that sort of struggled last year are being mentioned in the first couple of days. It's really positive.
Oh, it certainly is. I just hope they build upon it, get that confidence going. I mean, you already knew Sherman was going to be good, but did you hear about Verrett? He was like chewing gum on those guys. I mean, can you imagine that poor kid? Debo Samuel comes in, and what does he have to deal with? A guy like Jason Verrett, who refused to give an inch all the way on every move you're making. He's right with you. That's got to be frightening.
It's good education for these rookies. They're going to learn a lot in these first 2 weeks, for sure. So, it's definitely exciting this year. Like there's a real buzz around the place, and just listening to the interviews the last few days, the expectations from the players right through the coaching staff is totally different to the last 2 years. So they mean business this year, and yes, obviously there's going to be a few good players miss out. in about 5 weeks' time. So I don't expect that'll be the last little ruckus that you're going to have at training. I think it'll be pretty much like that for the next 3 or 4 weeks because the pressure's going to be on, like I say, 30-odd guys. So they're all playing for a job, so which is good. That's what you want. You want competition across every line. So.
And Brian, do you remember the thing is with the kind of guy like Jalen Hurd is, remember the Seahawks during the time they'd have a once a week workout where you're allowed to assert yourself, and they used to get into shout and screaming matches, get a little physical each and every week, and it was actually promoted by Pete Carroll, who would actually determine who was going to start as to who showed the most grit. You're setting things up, but as long as there's love involved and everybody knows why we're going through this day, I think it was Wednesdays, then it's okay. As long as nobody takes the helmet off and blasts somebody in it, with it. But, it's going to be interesting to see what kind of thing. Jalen Hurd is one guy. I don't think Deebo Samuel has the same kind of mindset, but amongst the receivers, I could see Hurd starting a trend. We'll see what happens.
It's all about sort of playing on the edge without losing your discipline.
Yes,
it's a fine line. You've got to have that aggressive, and you've got to have that. You've got to have that fear factor and intimidation, but you can't lose. You can't get sucked into any disciplinary, fouls or penalties. So it's a very, very fine line, and
real fun.
It's especially the rookies. Obviously, it's their first go at it, so they're going to be pumped up anyway, and they're going to be out to impress. So it's you're looking to your older guys to take them under their wing a bit and calm them down. But it was quite humorous to hear that he sat both of them on their ass today. So,
and then commenced the. Can you imagine? Dante Pettis gets cut. He came back to the 49ers for a few weeks. He was beaten up, and then he was cut. I don't know why I'm laughing at it, but just the thing is, he needs to man up. Brian, call the next.
If you don't come off the practice field with a bit of bark hanging off you, you're not doing it properly.
You're not doing a good job. As a matter of fact, Brian, call the next fiasco. I'm thinking it's going to be between the offensive and defensive line, possibly. And I'm trying to.
I think the lines will be okay because they're close to the Garoppolo. So I think you'll find more of the collisions in our secondary. Our secondary had a good day today, which was really good.
Yeah. So, really good because everybody expects him to fail. But again, Jimmy Ward wasn't there. I don't know what happened there. We'll see what happens that later. But Brian, we're gonna stop. And always great to hear from you, Brian. I guess we're gonna hear from you more now that the NFL is on. You gotta watch both leagues, so Brian's on top of both leagues, so he's gonna.
I've deliberately stayed away, mate, because I get on your hype train every year and I get disappointed. So I'm trying
not this year, Brian.
When I can't stand it anymore, I get in there and say my bit, and then I sit and watch every show though. So, but you will hear more from me as we get closer to the season for sure.
It's gonna be something to scream about this year. All right, Brian.
All right.
Have a great day.
You too. See you later.
Okay. Bye-bye, Brian. Hey, great guy. Him and Tony from Australia. Oh, and Sheik!
What's up, Ronbo? What's going on, man?
Sheik, we're sitting there making observations about today's practice. And if there is, I'm trying to act like I'm not concerned, but I am a little concerned about Jimmy G sailing passes. We saw that a little bit last year, and I was hoping they'd get that under control. So one guy wrote on Instagram, he said, I was standing there and watching that duck that Jimmy released and was picked off. I didn't see the film yet. I just read that on Instagram. The guy says Jimmy D threw a duck out there and it got picked off. It kind of worried me. Jimmy's always got zip on his passes. I hope it was just a moment where he screwed up. And the defense is owning the offense right now. But we're going to see tomorrow if that continues to be the case. I do want the defense to do well, though. See, that's why I hate when they scrimmage each other, because it causes too much thought processes, And, of course, Sheik, give us your feeling about that tough guy, the one that's going to have to call the police on, Jalen Hurd.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed that actually. People say, "Oh, it might be a headache." No. And I see like in the different chat rooms and all that. But the thing is, he's making his place. He's I'm not going to be shutting down for nobody. Right. I don't care if you're Fred Warner, the leader in the linebacker core. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
So it's just like it makes everything good for him. And he's still in that process. He's a big guy. He's an aggressive guy. He could play tight end, he could running back. He could play wide receiver. He can do multiple things for you if you want. And he's rough, and that's good. We need that kind of edgy guys out there, the aggressive guys, and make those blocks, etc. Because there are certain guys on the other side that will come against him, and we need that roughened guy. But the thing is, Ronbo, with the Jimmy Garoppolo situation, he hasn't played for a year.
So he's going to have these moments.
And the thing is, with our defensive line, that freaking crazy pass rush that we just added, going after the best that's best for him. And people need to understand, he might get picked off and this and that, but that's good because we actually have a good defense that could learn. And when he goes against bad teams, he just destroys them. So,
Sheik, but what's interesting, Sheik, about that pickoff? Somebody just called and says, "Oh, it was Russo." Yeah, Russo said that Jimmy gave it to, last year Dante was pulling up on plays before they put on pads. Dante's not going to he doesn't want you to make any contact with him. He's right, but still, Jimmy should know if you're going to throw at Dante, he could bail on that play if the defender is too close. And I think Russo said Jimmy was giving it to him when he came back to the dugout. To the huddle. I have a feeling that was what it was. Dante, what are you doing? The ball was going to be right there. You know what? Just finish your route, and that's the way it works.
Yeah.
Well, I will. Yeah. Dante, if I was Jimmy, Dante, did you bail on that play because you saw a spoon coming? No. Yes, you did. Listen. If you don't want to, I'm not coming back to you the rest of the day. We'll wait till tomorrow then. I would tell him, Dante, don't make me look bad because everybody's looking at me thinking I threw a bad pass. But, I mean, their egos aren't like that. But still.
Right. God. And let me also just say this too, Ronbo, is, Kenneth Bourne, he had, had some bad routes and he got picked. I believe it was Jimmy Garoppolo that got picked.
Yeah.
Last year. So it's a learning curve. So he's trying, and I believe what I'm hearing, that he kind of speak really loud and he yelled at Dante Pettit. It's like, dude, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, he yelled?
That's what I heard from different places.
Wow.
He kind of teach them, like, dude, you don't do that. And that's actually, I enjoy that because honestly,
I do too.
We don't need the bad routes anymore. Make the good routes and just have a chemistry and then understand what routes you're going to do, and then the throw will be right to your hands or right to your chest.
And that's where this offense works. I agree. And, Kyle had words with Dante. But I forget which play that was last year. But Dante really screwed some route up. And as he's walking back, Kyle's talking to him all the way, as soon as he gets within earshot, coming off the field. And Dante just walked right past him, kept going. And Kyle turned around and was still talking to him. He says, See, Dante, man, I seen that. I was wondering about that. And Kyle nailed him. God, why do you do that? Don't.
Yeah.
That could be a problem down the line. I hope he gets over that, Dante. Jesus, don't lose focus. I understand. And he gets hurt, though, Sheik. I mean, Dante was out how many games last year?
And that's why I really love these coaches that we brought up, Wes Welker and the D-line coach, Chris Urich, because they're going to tell you what it is right in your face. Like, you've seen the videos. Everybody's seen this with Kenneth Bourne. You say, hey, man, I don't know what you're wearing, but, you're going to change that outfit. They'll tell you what it is. They'll yell at you. The defensive line, the coach, who just yells, hey, what are you doing? Get out of the line.
Yeah. You got to give it to him.
That will go in your ear. Because I remember back when I was in high school and a little bit in college, the coaches will just get on you. Even if you do good or bad, that's what you make perfection
in your
craft.
Face. Yep.
So it's a plus. It's a plus. You've been a defensive back, Ronbo, so you know all about it.
Yeah, get right in your face. And every time you try to turn your head, they're still in your face. And you finally stand still, and they give you all 13 pages of the riot act. I know. And you're thinking to yourself, I know, but don't say anything. I know what I did. I'm sorry. You can't say that. You just sit there and listen. Because if you try to say something, just listen. All right. And then they keep going. Yeah, so.
Because I was like a tight end in a defensive line. I was playing two positions. But anyways, I was playing defensive line. And I hit the guy right in his chest. But my coach, he's like, what are you doing? You need to get lower. But I was low. But that's the craft. They want perfection. It's all positivity. Yeah. And that's why Dante Pettis, Kendrick Bourne, and these other guys as well. Richie James, they're going to build their crowd. Debo Samuel, with Wes Walker telling them, hey, man, you need to build up your body, put it in the, because he's been there. He's been there on the field. So they're going to respect these coaches of their craft, like DeMarco Ryans, those kind of.
That's why I love this coaching staff. These aren't coaches like Jeff Hafley. These guys played. So they know exactly what they're talking about. They've already been there, done that. So
it's a bright season, Ronbo. Yeah, definitely, Ronbo. Well, I know you have a long day. And, shout out to everybody that calls in. Shout out to the chat room. Shout out to Nighthawk Fan Club. Shout out to Rico. And shout out to Braden, man. I really like this kid, man.
Yeah, he did great.
Shout out to him. Hit that like for Ronbo Sports and hit that like for Braden to call in, a 12-year-old, baby. Respect to everybody, man. Respect to everybody that calls in, man. And shout out to Ronbo the best, man. Go Niners.
Thanks, here we come. Appreciate you, fam. Look for it tomorrow after them helmets go on. Those pads go on. All right.
You too. Later.
And Roger Jorgensen says this might be the best D we've had in years. Oh, no doubt about it. If they reach the level that they're capable of reaching, my God, what a wrecking crew. And Solomon Thomas is going to contribute. Ooh-wee. Man, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 first-round defensive linemen. And remember how we were complaining? We're going to get a defensive lineman this year. Yep. And look what we got now. Daniel Garcia, I say potentially, I mentioned that too. I say potentially because of health reasons, etc. Ronbo, best believe I feel we can turn it around. 100. Hashtag 9 Empire 831. Dan, I was just messing with you, man. I was just saying, this is like potential days. Just go out there and play, guys. Get it done. I agree. Break Davis, all day I've been sticking up for Dante. Wyvern keeps bashing dude. True, he might need to put on some muscle, but dude's got break. Man, you won't catch any of us that don't like Dante. He could actually conceivably be our number one receiver. He could be the best out there. The dude is a complete freak. I just want him, I want him to get stronger. I don't want him to be laying out for 2 and 3 weeks because he got hit. That's a terrible reason to be hitting. This guy's get killed. I want him to work out with Kendrick. You can get that picture. See, look at the Kendrick Bourne versus the Seahawks. Kendrick is up above the heads of 2 Hawk defenders, and they're standing up. Kendrick's like up in the air, horizontal, got the ball. He comes down, wham, gets right up. I'm ready to play now. Let's go. Kendrick Bourne is tough. No matter what else you say about Kendrick, because Travis Millard says, question, if we can play good defense and offense, we got a really good special teams, too. So if we can win all 3 phases, we win big. Thanks. Of course, that's the way it works, Travis. If you win by all 3 phases, you can't really lose. Killer Kev, 7-on-7 work. Garoppolo found Dante Pettis on a comeback route against Akello Witherspoon. Under pressure. Nick Mullins connected with Pettis, who was in double coverage for a nice catch up the sideline. Killer Kev, you must have been out there, man. They don't talk about these plays. You keep an eye on Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins is it a good touchdown a day? Anybody heard anything about CJ? I wasn't trying to be funny. I was telling you, man. Why are we not hearing that thing about CJ? Can't catch him. Said you watch him. Our first sack this year will come from Nick Bosa. Can't you come on, man? You got that from me. I already said Bosa was gonna get the first sack of the year. Hey, It says our first sack this year will come from Nick Bosa. Might be first series. Ooh, don't let that be the case. Or second, but it's coming from Nick. Debbie Ryan. Hey, Debs. He said, I'm going to be excited to see the defense get extremely physical. I like that fighting dog mentality. Go Niners. Fam, I can't wait till tomorrow this time. We're going to get so much news and things are going to change from today and yesterday. So brace yourself, fam. Brace yourself. Please hit the like, fam. Can't wait to see you tomorrow. Niners! Night, Lisa.